They showed Luffy like punching Kaido, but you couldn't even see him punch Kaido.
The heck?
It was clean, bro.
Like he used Conqueror's coding and like uppercutted Kaido. But like, you know how we saw him uppercut Kaido, but he didn't touch him. Yeah. So nothing, you couldn't see anything.
Let them watch.
You just saw Kaido's face go up, but there was like a bright yellow light. And like they're fighting at DBZ levels at this point. So it's terrible. But everybody's like, damn, yo.
It was cool.
That shit kind of hype, yo. It looked nice, bro. and they're like, yo, manga readers compared to anime readers. Manga readers saw everything. Oh, the anime didn't see anything.
For once.
For once, right? And everybody's like, nah, yo. 11 out of 10, yo. 11 out of 10 the episode.
It was cool. It was a moment.
Vance.
His mic's not on? Oh. Here you go.
Talk real quick, it's on us right now, Lawrence.
So Luffy's color of Vance Community is yellow now, gold?
It looks like that, yeah.
They keep changing his color. Like, I want to know what's going on with that. Like, no, what's the anime? Why you keep changing colors? Like, that's confusing to people.
Watch out, Lies.
I haven't been watching, but people seem to like it. And what I saw looked cool. It didn't look like One Piece, but it looked cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looked like something else. But I enjoyed what I saw. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, well, you don't like great things. Obviously.
Like great things.
But anyway, yes. So we won't be talking too much about the episode, but I do want to say hello to everybody in the live chat. So let's say what's up to those guys, and let's see who's in.
What's up? We got Aaron Tate, KJ, Aunt Elm, Taichi 2U, Peter Keenan, Rise, Void, Anthony Romero, Sean Pearson, that's my fault, Ronor Chris, SGG early for once. That's crazy. We start streaming at 6 and SGG shows up. Haney, Ghani, Benjamin Figueroa, so many in here. Celestial Donkey, Jordan, Mosh. Oh, man. City.
Yo, Mosh has a new episode on his YouTube, by the way.
Does he? Oh, we got to check that out.
He did a reaction to Chapter 1056.
Taylor Monahan. So many of y'all in here, man. Kobe, Solo Jason, Voke, Nando. So many. I'm still trying to figure out how many YouTubes Taichi got, bro. He got like 30.
Yeah, shout out to Taichi, too, man. He's been putting out some episodes for his YouTube as well.
Fig, what's up, y'all?
Yeah. So what's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining us. Seriously, it's a pleasure. I guess we'll just start getting into yeah.
We'll start getting Taichi's names wrong. It's Tachi.
It's all right, bro. Reading's not your strongest
It's
suit.
not, yo. But thank everybody for the welcome backs. I appreciate it.
Sebastian's back.
I was away for a bit, but the kid is back.
Yeah, Sebastian's
no more
back.
breaks. No more hiatuses. I'm back, and I'm on Larry's head, but that's later.
Pause. So then we're gonna just get into the chapter. So you ready, gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, let's do this. So to open the chapter, we start with the cover story. Germa 66 is still on Whole Cake Island, and now that they have been confronted by Katakuri and Oven, what thoughts do you have about this cover? And we'll start with Law.
Honestly, I don't see how Sanji's brothers are beating Dogtooth and Oven. Like, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there is 4 of them, and they are pretty strong. I'm not trying to say Sanji's brothers, all of them, the Germa is weak, but this is you have Dogtooth, who's like one of the strongest on the Big Mom on the crew, and you have Oven, who was granted, Oven, what was it? Oven did get speed blitzed by Sanji, like he couldn't even
He was
follow.
alright.
Yeah.
He was alright. He took it.
Okay.
He took the kick and was like, "Yo, what was it?"
Yeah. Okay.
And it wasn't even bleeding.
Yeah, right? And we expect Sanji to be stronger than all of them, right? So it's like, and now we have these 2 powerhouses fighting them all, and Dogtooth has a lot on his belt to fight with. Honestly, like, I do believe they're going to get away, though, because I'm thinking how they get captured. Like, all 4 of them getting captured, how is that going to mean for the story? And I guess the Oda's running because they're supposed to escape. And them fighting them going to escape, I don't see them beating. What I'm trying to say is, I don't see them for beating them 2 and escaping. Them somehow escaping through all the mayhem, yes. But Dogtooth and Oven taking an L to them 4, I don't see it.
All right. What about you, Seb?
I agree with Lawrence. They shouldn't be able to win, but this is One Piece. So, like, people win fights they ain't supposed to win pretty, I don't say often, but it happens. And not even just win, but I can see, again, it's their cover story, so they're going to escape.
Yeah.
Right?
questions, like if he was still bandaged up and stuff like that, the same way Cracker was. And it turns out he's not. He looks pretty healthy. Mm-hmm. And I'm a huge fan of Oven. So just to see them two together, attacking together, like they're twins. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, so it's like dope to see them.
Twins versus twins battle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they are.
Listen,
They
oh,
are. They're
I
like
forgot.
triplets, right? I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Daifuku
Yeah,
at?
that's what
Oh,
you missing.
Daifuku can. See,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. This
So-
is like now.
Battle of the twins.
Yeah,
back
and what's really important too is that like Oven's no slouch, and I feel like sometimes people think like he was seriously considered like for a general position before like Snack ended up being out. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way in hell that the Germa 6-6 are beating these two. There's not.
They shouldn't be able to win.
Yeah, it shouldn't even be. It's gonna be like an easy diff battle in my opinion. So it's nice to see Kyle.
And they don't even have their suits on. They tripping.
They do have their shoes on.
Yeah,
they
they have
do?
their suits on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
they have their
Man,
suits.
they got numbered capes,
the
bro. What are you
capes-
talking about?
Oh yeah. I'm thinking the capes are part of the regular wardrobe. I'm thinking the capes are the regular wardrobe.
Yeah, I put a poll in the chat: Cat and Oven versus the Germa kids, and the
Yeah.
Germa kids are losing.
Yeah.
89% to 11.
It's not close.
Mm.
Yeah, let's get to that super chat though.
Yeah, we got a $10 super chat from Solo Jason. It
Thank
says,
you, Jason.
You think that if Kobe got to go to Skypiea, he could learn more about mantra because of his observation ability is like mantra. I know that this has nothing to do about this episode, but it could be interesting. Always keep the Kobe questions coming because they get Larry heated sometimes for whatever reason.
His eye twitch.
I don't know. I thought you liked Kobe.
I did until Par started walling out.
Par ruined it.
Yeah,
Kobe's cool. If he went to Skypiea, what do you guys? I think he would.
there was nobody up there that
Wipers
was
up
training with.
There. Wipers up there.
But he didn't
Come
have
on,
it.
man.
It was that little girl that had it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. He's not gonna learn more on Skype than he would with the Marines.
Yeah,
Carp's
yeah.
gonna get you where you need to go.
Yeah,
You know
like
what I'm saying?
because like they're even able to diagnose it while Kobe was freaking out. Like this is mantra, and the Marines they specialize in training in hockey. Like to be a vice admiral, you have to have mastered a certain level of hockey. So he's gonna learn more because like it would be either Anel who wouldn't teach Kobe at all because he has mantra, and
No,
then I
not
think
even there, bro.
exactly
He's not
there.
teaching Kobe.
Yeah,
Man.
exactly. And then that little girl who had I think she may even have
She might could teach him, but I don't.
Maybe.
I don't know that hers is even better than Kobe's.
But
is
yeah,
currently.
isn't hers the voice of all things or no?
Yeah, but Kobe's also in an instance of like I gotta go through battle,
Yeah,
and like she doesn't.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like so she'll
She
probably
wasn't
have
fighting,
like
yeah.
observation of the lowest tier.
Yeah, and Kobe's out here like spotting missiles underground.
Exactly.
And honestly, they
Meters
might
away,
even
things.
going to what Bellamy
underwater.
went there. They might even be dead because Bellamy said he went up there, right?
No, they showed a cover story of the
Yeah, they
White
were
Hole.
they were chilling.
Yeah.
What Bellamy?
No, Bellamy was back down on the
okay.
Blue Ocean Sea.
So then he was just barking.
I mean, you heard more losses on Bellamy's side than the Sky P people upstairs. Like he lost his right hand man in his crew. Like Bellamy's the only one that's left.
Yeah,
Is that true? I don't even remember.
He's a new
that.
generation warrior, bro.
Damn.
Hey, that's why he quit being a pirate, bro. He's just
Yeah.
like, I don't win. Like,
Insatiable hunger. Thank you. Let's answer his real quick.
Yeah, Insatiable. We got a $5 super chat from Insatiable Hunger. It says, "What do y'all think of Andrew Tate? Did y'all sign up to the Hustler University? Would Nami sign up?"
Wait, what?
Andrew Tate is Larry's like celebrity lookalike, and it's the funniest thing because he's such a piece of crap. But I don't even know what this Hustler University thing is. I don't follow the guy.
It's like a pyramid scheme.
Oh.
University. What's the Nami thing? Would Nami sign up?
For the
she's
period because of money.
Oh, yeah.
Nami's smart. She's not getting finessed by nobody. She'd like end up having him pay her somehow.
Yeah,
She's
for sure.
But all right.
That was pretty funny. All right, so let's go to the next one. We head back to the Kazuki Castle, where the scabbards are. Shinobu and Raizo are on the brink of death. Kin'emon then reiterates the sentiments of Green Bull by stating that Kaido was a tyrant, but his presence kept threats to Wano away. Kiku asks Kin'emon how Tsuru is, his wife, and Kin'emon says she's okay, but she has a burn mark on her face. We cut to Tsuru, and an old woman asks her where Kin'emon is, and she replies he's in the capital. Old lady says she should go to him. Tsuru replies, I know, I always want to be by his side. We cut back to Kin'emon, and he says, I have to say, after 20 years, she's still as beautiful as ever. How was this for you guys? And we'll start with Lionel.
I didn't really think anything of it that much. It was just like him. It was good to see like him like being back with his wife for so long, and it's crazy how she really didn't look like she aged at all either. Like she really stayed the exact same. But I really I don't have that much on this. Honestly, I don't. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
All right, Seb.
Shout out to Tsuru for keeping that thing tight, one, and for holding it down.
That's the first thing you want to say?
Get
Yeah,
you a
seriously.
Tsuru.
Seriously?
Kin'emon was distracted, preoccupied. Wano's life was on the line, and he was preoccupied because his girl was with him. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Tsuru. Shout out to Kin'emon. Probably my favorite couple in One Piece. Not even playing with you, y'all. I love them too, bro. I love them two together.
Even though you say you started off wild, I will say.
Listen.
I will say, her staying loyal after 20 years of him not being there.
You think she stayed down, bro? You don't
Yeah,
think
I think she
one of
stayed
these
loyal.
random samurai
Nah,
one day?
she's a special type of woman. You know what I'm saying? To do that,
I can't say that.
I think so too, Law.
I mean,
think
because
so,
you that
too.
because now you made me think of Yu Yu Hakusho with Keiko
and Yusuke.
Yeah, pretty much she. But you're best.
Hey, man.
Yo,
I can't with you,
Kin'emon
bro.
and Tsuru for best couple, bro. I'm trying to think who's better. Is there a better couple in One Piece? I don't think
20
so.
years. For 20 years like that, but. No, it's amazing that she did that. Oh, you stole your part. Go ahead.
No, you good. I said my piece.
Not even
That's it,
Not even Onen's wife.
She just jumps 20 years. Tsuru lived 20 years.
Yeah.
I
Staying faithful, man. It's impressive. Like it's rare to see that, and there's not many you could say that without unless like this should be. But also, all right. So my point, what I was gonna cover first was actually the whole part with as much as they hate to admit it, the man had a point. Kaido was a tyrant, but at the same time, his appearance kept Wano. I can't even say safe because Kaido was there. He wasn't keeping Wano safe.
kept people away.
He just kept outside intruders to a certain extent, right? So now it's like, how do you gain that back? But on their terms, because they had to succumb to Kaido's terms. Yeah. So mainly, you want to keep Wano safe. You want to keep it secure. You want to keep it peace. You want to keep it happy. All the people. So you kind of need an overwhelming presence like Kaido, right? But on your terms, as in a way that works best for Ya, and not under a tyrant rulership, right? So this is like them working on it and them realizing, yo, what are we going to do, right? So what are we going to do in this situation? And I think it's funny how they're just all giving credit to Momonosuke. Like, I didn't say he was fighting.
Just say Momo.
Momo, right?
Both of you.
Just giving credit to
say Momo.
Yeah.
I almost had it. Now you messed me up.
It's funny, we're just giving credit to Momo when like he was getting tripped up for most of the fight, and he wasn't winning that fight, and he wasn't beating it. But it's like, oh, thanks to Momo that the Admiral got away. Like pretty much the fair enough thing. But actually, that they're looking to their Shogun as what's ahead. That's how I'll take it from that. Obviously, he's not strong enough, but it's showing that he's growing. Trying to be like later on, we see a point, but we didn't get there yet. Him trying to go to that. And Sebastian already covered the Tsuru part, which is just awesome. Like and the fact that they're married too, and they're staying loyal to her husband throughout all these years, like knowing that he's going to come back, even though he might not, because he could have died and things. But she was faithful to others. Is just absolutely amazing. You don't really see that, especially nowadays. You don't see that.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing to have that type of love, and we see it in One Piece. We talk about how bad fathers or absentee fathers, but we have faithful wives. You know, which is awesome.
That's actually a good point out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to women.
Yeah. Word up.
Just being able to have Oda double down on his Yonko over Admiral take was amazing. He was like, yo, I know I said it last chapter. I'm going to say it again this chapter, but through a different person. So that was dope. I think this is one of my favorite parts of the entire chapter. And I also feel like it's one of my biggest, like, I wish we had more of this inside of Wano. Because it would have made Wano a little bit more romanticized. Because the love that these two have for each other, I think is just so underwhelming at the same time. Because it wasn't expanded upon more. And I think that, you know, just what they said about each other. Like Tsuru says in TCB scans that she always wants to be by his side. And then in the official trans, she's like, I just want to stay by his side. I felt like the always want to be by his side is like way better to express like your love for somebody. And like the fact that she waited 20 years, like there's women out there that wait 2 months and they do some filthy, grimy stuff, or even 2 years because you might have went to a plane crash and died, but you ended up surviving on an island, and then you come back and she's like, what a whole nother family.
Did you just?
That's Tom Hanks. That's the movie.
I was thinking of Pearl Harbor.
Castaway. But same thing in Pearl Harbor. It's like, the fact is she kept such faith through such turmoil times. And like we saw Wano in the beginning, like people had lynch ropes on trees, and when we got introduced, there was a woman about to, you know, do something to her baby to make it not starve. They were drinking poison. It's like she lived through every single moment of that. She's seen men dragged out of their houses to go to like this factory to work as a slave. So like men aren't even there to provide food, to work, none of that. So she's just there, right? And it's
Thank you.
when you realize like how much she had to go through, and you know, even if she might have had temptation to be with somebody else that could provide for her, she still didn't take that route. She said, you know, my man said this, he's going to come back, and I'm just gonna live through this hard time. And like 20 years is a long time, dog. Like that's almost a quarter of a century. She was waiting. And then she's like, I always want to be by his side. I was like, yo, bro, this is one of the best parts of the chapter, easy. Yeah. And then when we cut back to Kin'emon, he says something even sweeter, right? He's like, even after 20 years, bro, she's still as beautiful as I remember.
Yeah.
And I was like,
she never lost beauty.
I mean, it hasn't been 20 years for him.
I know, but it's like, the fact is, it's like, I wish Oda expanded upon her looks a little bit more by making her a little bit older. So even if she's like 18 and Kin'emon's like 23 or 27, she's like 38 now, and he's still like 23, 27. So the fact is, he's into an older woman now too. He's
in his 40s, I thought, or he's at least like 30.
Well, I'm just making an example.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
The fact that he can look at her and still think the world of her at her age, where most likely men at his age are looking for somebody younger.
Right.
It just speaks super volumes about love. And I love talking about love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, good point, because it's like Kin'emon fell in love with the person, not just...
Bro, because she was on Kin'emon way before he was even like a scabbard.
Yeah.
Like she grabbed him from a hoodlum, like
that's
you know what I mean?
No, that's why I made the Yu Yu Hakusho one, because they knew each other since they were kids.
Yeah.
Not only that too, she's from the capital. He's not from the capital, I think.
He was a scoundrel, bro. He would rob her. He would straight up steal from her to buy food.
It makes me wish too, like even though that little
he don't deserve her, bro.
That little cup of celebration that they did during the festival, even though it was sweet, I would have liked to see Kin'emon like meet back up with her.
See, I disagree. I wanted them to have that alone moment.
No.
I did.
Hold on. They could have still had the alone moment.
I don't know. I mean, Oda's Oda. I don't know that it would have fit in with the other stuff that was going on, where Kin'emon's having this emotional reunion with her. I think the way Oda did it with that small panel with the cups, where it's just unbeknownst and they had their moment. I personally like that better than...
The only reason that works,
you know what I mean?
is because it's been so absent-minded the whole time. That's why that little subtle cup raising works. If it was expanded upon more, we could have got to see them together reuniting. And like, I think that there's sometimes too much of like, we got too much into Wano's like power scaling. Where like we're always power scaling, they're trying to get stronger, they're trying to do this, it's like the Majin Buu arc. But if we slowed it down for a second and focused on a little bit of something else that's just not Sanji's pervertedness or troubles, we could have got that. And I think that would have been better for Wano and made Wano more beautiful and expressed Wano in a more loving way. Because even out of the concrete, a rose bloomed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What if they dedicated we stayed on this for too long, but what if they dedicated an entire chapter to a Kin'emon Tsuru sex scene? Y'all with that?
What? No. Okay.
Alright, I'm done.
All right.
I'm done.
I don't know. Why'd you have to go there?
No, seriously.
It's been like maybe...
It was in the chat. It was in the chat, bro. It was in the chat.
Yo, what's going with you, bro?
First day back. First day back.
All right, I gotta talk to your girl after this. I gotta see what's up. All right, we had a super chat, right?
We got 2 super chats, maybe 3. We got one from Ben Maccabi.
Thank you, Ben.
We got 4.5 pounds. Or is that euros? I don't know. I'm terrible with money. I could see Kobe getting the same kind of buff Sabo got. Wow. Trains hockey under a good master and then gets a devil fruit later and powers up. It's funny you say that because I really, really have always wanted Kobe to get that fire fruit. So hopefully Sabo like dies so he can get it.
Nah, he's not. Oda's not gonna do that.
And I'd be hating.
I like Sabo. I just like Kobe more.
No, I actually want Kobe to be like another Garp.
No devil fruit?
Yeah.
Yeah, no devil fruit game.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So for him to become an admiral, bro.
I'm gonna tell you this
He gonna
right
be
now.
one, bro.
I think it'll be more damaging to Kobe because his will started off so weak to get an ability where you're not relying on your will.
You
no
think
more.
he should have to rely on it
Yeah,
throughout?
because that's gonna
Yeah.
make him stronger because he has such a weak disposition in the beginning.
Yeah,
he has to
100%.
strengthen that to go stronger.
I put a poll up saying best couple, and Tsuru and Kin'emon won. I didn't have any other couples. There were many because One
Yeah,
Piece
there's
doesn't do
not
that
many.
often. But somebody, Rose of Darkness 16,
Thank you,
donated
Rose.
$5. It says
Thank you.
Rebecca Patterns are best couple. I just can't remember their names. I don't know.
Rebecca
Come on,
Patterns.
Kairos and Rebecca? No, that's his daughter.
Rebecca's parents. It's Scarlet and
Yeah.
Kairos.
Oh,
Yeah, there
Scarlet
we go.
and Kairos. Yeah, that was a
That
good
was
one.
really sad. That was really sad.
Yeah.
And she like gave up the whole kingdom for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not better than
you,
Tsuru
thank
though.
Next one.
And we got another one from
Jameer.
Jameer Sanders. It says, "Yo, I'm here, man. Been binging your podcast for the past 2 weeks. Question: what are Crocodile and Mihawk's true intentions for joining Buggy?"
We'll get to that.
We'll
point.
have to get to that a
Yeah.
little later
It's
in the
gonna get
episode.
heated, so
but
it's gonna get heated.
We'll
So.
get into that.
then we got another suit. Shall I just read it now?
Yeah, read it now.
All right. First time listening. $5 super chat from Tristan Thromby.
Thank you, Tristan. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thornberry. Thornberry? I don't know. First time listening live and people be looking at me laughing. Sebastian, you got the best takes and Kobe will be a vice admiral after the next arc. Hells yeah. That's the energy I'm on. I love to hear it. Shout out to Tristan Thornberry. I got it this time.
You had me in the first half until you said everything else. All right, thank you guys for all the super chats. We're gonna go to the next question, okay? So next we see Carrot. Nekomamushi and Inuyasha tells Carrot she will be the next king of Mokomo Dukedom, which is on Zo, where they currently live. She accepts. Then she notices what they said and is shocked. Neko and Inu tell Carrot that they'll be staying as samurai in Wano to serve under Momonosuke. The reason why they chose Carrot is because she's one of the very, very few that's traveled the world. Carrot explains she's not strong enough compared to the others, but Wanda and the Three Musketeers say they have her back and they'll be strong for her. That she carries Pedro's will. How did this sit with you, guys? And we'll start with Seb.
Yeah, because y'all know I'm the biggest like Carrot for next Nakama guy in the game at this point. I feel like. So it's funny because I actually like this development because of what I've been saying about inner conflict, right? So like Carrot just joining, and there's a lot of things. I'm not trying to bring the Yamato thing into this, but Carrot kind of just joining, like just stowing away, would have been a little weird, right?
Thank you.
But Oda seemingly wrote in some inner conflict for her to have to make a big decision, to run away from a responsibility and join in that light.
Thank you.
So I like that because that's more on the nose. It's more similar to how the other Strawhats joined, where they had something that was holding them back. To this point, there was nothing holding Carrot back, period. Just, Zoe, whatever. There was nothing. Now there is something technically holding her back. Even if it wasn't a good progression of her character, like her being king is dumb. I'm sorry. Like, it just doesn't make sense when I read it. It's not a natural progression of who she is. She's never been a leader. She's never been any sort of, like, kingly person when we saw her. So I think everybody read that and was like, what? That doesn't make sense. Unless you don't like Carrot and you don't want her to join. So, like, I think everybody who read it and was like, what the hell is going on? I'm telling you, I think Oda's still going with Stowaway Carrot. I know I've been saying it for months. I think we're getting it. I think we just got the piece that makes it the final, that makes it make sense. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong. Decent amount of Wano. I just see this as that inner conflict thing that she needed to have her, I'm joining the crew kind of thing. But what do y'all think?
Actually, I agree with a lot what Sebastian's saying because, like the same, like, how she thought of herself, I'm not strong enough. And besides her not even being strong enough, she doesn't have qualities of a leader yet at all.
Yeah.
Like, it's like pretty much how Luffy was pre-time skip. Luffy wasn't a captain yet. He grew to being a captain, and that's actually her stowing away with the Straw Hats is going to help her become more of a leader. Because even though Dogstorm and Cat Viper said that off just 2 arcs, Whole Cake and Wano, she's seen enough of the world that she could be king or queen. That, like, she needs a lot more to grow. She definitely needs a lot more to grow. So I definitely believe that she's still going with the Straw Hats. And eventually, maybe after her trip to Straw Hats, she becomes king. That makes more sense. Because, again, she's definitely not ready. Like, I don't know how the whole nation of her people are going to agree with her being king. Because, again, it's Dogstorm and Cat Viper. So they're probably just going to accept it. But
Thank you.
But, like, we all agree, like, she's not ready. Like, she doesn't have the qualities, the strength, or the capability of being a leader.
Thank you.
Again, and I'm a big fan of Carrot joining. Like, I even thought that she might even eat a fruit too. So like
Could still happen.
Yeah, and again, I think it even might be the fruit that Monet had, the snow, because like she's dead and it's on the table. So, but again, I'm more with Sebastian saying it because I want Carrot to join. So yeah.
Lawrence.
So again, I've been a big avid fan of Carrot joining. Like I saw her for a while back, and also she, to me, is like what the position she would fill besides from being a combatant is she's a scout. She's able to jump around. She could be their scout, their lookout of like scoping out the place for them. So adding that to the crew would be interesting. And to me, this coming up of her being king. At first, when I was reading it, I was like, "Who are they talking about?" Because it was, to me, she was just so out of the picture, and I was like, "Wait, who? Wait, Carrot?" I was like, "This makes absolutely no sense." Right? And then they tried putting the support where this is where I got their reasoning was. It wasn't like that she has qualities of king because she was the only one that experienced like out in the world. It was basically what to lead the new generation to the new era that's coming. She spent a lot of time with the people who they believe the Forerunner is going to bring the dawn. You have Luffy and Joy Boy, like as one, the future Pirate King. Carrot spending time with their ship and outside the world knows what's going to the next era is going to be. But to me, it's like, yes, she has that little bit of experience, but how would that affect her in leading? She's not really going to know what to do. That's not going to play a factor at all because you need to get there to go that. Carrot's not thinking about that at all. She's not thinking about how to rule a kingdom. Like, for example, like Momo. He doesn't have full qualities of a king because of like how young he was and immature, but you see how he's trying to carry the nation on his back. He's always thinking of the welfare of the kingdom, the nation, of how to rule. Carrot's not doing that at all. Her mind's not there. So at least with Momo, we could see him, all he has to do is mature and grow because the mindset of carrying that nation's always been there. That responsibility. We're just a young kid carrying his weight on his shoulders. Momo's always had it. Carrot hasn't in the least had that at all. And then throwing this on her, and then pretty much too, like she also kind of showed that they viewed her as the irresponsible, like, and maybe earlier they viewed her as something special because I think she's one of the youngest people that could go the Sulong form. So maybe that aspect, but everyone else agrees, even the thing that there's so much people stronger than her, probably even better candidates. But the only thing they're riding on is because of her experience out in the world, right? But then again, just have someone go out in the world and experience that too.
That's so weird because she's only been the whole cage and Wano.
But they did say at the end, like, I think you're going to say it was Pedro's will. I think that's what the main thing they focused on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I was going to let Larry go first, but
yeah. And the other thing is like, and I think it was a good decision in a way because Zoe is also, it's on a moving, so it's not really a standard target. But the two kings leaving to go to help Wano needs it. They need as much help as they can get. Also, Zoe is in a way going to support Wano anyway. So the two kings staying on to help Momo is actually help out them because Zoe's on it moves around. How many people can actually find Zoe? It's rare. How Law found it, I don't even know. And then
he has Beppo.
Yeah,
he has a person who's from there.
So like, it's not easy to find. So they're protecting like Zoe so much was like you're kind of hard to get anyway. You're a legit moving island all over the world. So, what do you think, Larry?
I think if Carrot becomes queen/king of Mokomo Dukedom, it will throw everything and anything Momonosuke has done up to this point in the garbage. And the reason I say that is because Wano and Zoe, impenetrable fortresses. Wano and Zoe, both kingdoms. One had to literally, from a child, has to grow up and take over a kingdom that's in shreds. Meanwhile, she gets handed Zoe, and she's had no development for leadership at all. And she takes over a country that is split into night and day to 2 kings. And then she has to rule over it with the Musketeers being her advisor and Wanda.
Yeah.
This brought the chapter down, in my opinion. like even though later, on I have my thoughts, but like this right here, I literally said there's times where like Oda is the greatest writer of all time, and then there's other times where like he does stuff like this, and I'm like, this is pure trash. Like there's nothing else to say about this. Like I think that this is like very, I don't know. Maybe I don't see the future benefits of this or how it makes sense, but if I have to rely on other arcs to make me understand this choice and decision, it just screams irresponsibility of Neko and Inu as well.
Yeah, but that was
Like you're abandoning your kingdom. Meanwhile, Sukiyaki is alive. They know he's alive. So that he can be an advisor until everything is said and done. And there's enough people, Scabbards-wise, that have come back.
Yeah.
The only people that died are Izo, who was never there in the first place, and, our guy with the pink hair. I forgot his name. Ashura Doji. So it's like, what purpose does Carrot ever serve? Like, if there was development, maybe. But she's been gone for like 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah.
And saw the world. And all of a sudden, she's capable of carrying Pedro's will, which is, she's not even carrying Pedro's will.
Right.
She's just infatuated with Pedro because of how much he's kind of been like a older brother to her.
Yeah.
So it's not even like she's carrying his will. The same way like Ace gave his will to Luffy or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
So I do have pushback on that. I do think Carrot has inherited Pedro's will, but his will isn't to stay on Zoe.
Yeah.
When he was a kid, he wanted to go with Roger, who was the Pirate King.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to see the dawn of the world. None of that is Zoe-related specific dreams. Like, so I'm telling y'all, this is Oda did this to make her escape the responsibility. Maybe it's copium. They say it's copium in the chat, but whatever.
And also I can see where it makes more sense as the whole, like you said, the struggle aspect, where like the between two decisions. Because also too, I'm sorry, but when did Pedro's will become so formed that act to make you king? Was Pedro going to be the next king on Zoe?
So
he had a limited time life anyway.
Yeah. What I would say is, my thought process is, he definitely would have became the next king if they were gonna leave. I think Pedro would have been that person.
Yeah.
Because their their requirements was you have to go see the world. That was one of the main reasons why Carrot got selected, which is retarded.
I mean,
but Pedro saw the world more than any of them. Had, because he was actually on a pirate crew.
He had his own crew.
Yeah. Like he sailed the seas.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I just think that the chapter immediately went from a 10 out of 10 to, like, immediately a 7 out of 10.
Well, the only thing is, like, what we did notice, though, for example, the reason, I guess, why they have his requirement, because the two kings, they could see the world.
Yeah.
Whitebeard and Roger ship. And so it's like, the characters, like, all the people going out of Zoe, even though they were, like, forgetting people to go out. But if you come back, you get to become king.
But I get you, but they said for a specific reason, though. He said to lead the next generation. Because if you see, for instance, like, pretty much since Zoe is not like Wano. Zoe moves around, while Wano I'm stayed in this isolated area. So you're probably better off, like, ruling your kingdom if you have more of an aspect of understanding of how the outside world works, and you could affect that towards how your island's gonna be, especially through protection, through fighting, whatever. Wano's different. I mean, it's still beneficial, knowing the outside world country, because that's why Odin also wanted to travel the world, and now he come to the conclusion we need to open these borders. And he even got upset with his family that they closed in the first place. So, like, knowing the outside world is vital. Like, we do think, like, what's the tie? But there is a specific reason, again, to rule and lead the next generation. And knowing the One Piece world, outside world, is very important. So, like, I do agree with that, but just clearly, Carriage is just not there. Yeah. She's not. But I do agree with Sebastian. They did it, like, Oda did it on purpose to have that inner struggle,
The Dukes stowed away twice. That's all I'm gonna say. We can move on. We got a couple super chats. Can we read them now? All right, so we got a $5 super chat from Insatiable Hunger. It says the spoiler community is wild, especially the YouTubers with their thumbnails. It's tough to go off grid every Tuesday, Wednesday, and especially with Film Red. It's crazy. I agree with you 100%.
Thank you, Insatiable.
Yeah.
People need to chill out, man. I got spoiled on IG. I was like, dang. So it's rough. Be careful out here. Don't spoil in the chat if there's any spoilers. I don't think there's anything out right now, but please don't spoil. No Film Red spoilers either. But we feel for you, Insatiable. You gotta do like the twins. They just don't look at anything online at all.
Yeah.
We got another $5 super chat from Luis Talavera. It says, didn't say anything last time, but just wanted to say I love your podcast and always look forward to it every week. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Louis.
Thank you.
Really appreciate
it
that.
more,
Yeah,
bro.
word. Much love.
Thank you.
We got a $10 super chat from Rise Visuals. It says, hope
Thank you,
y'all
Rise.
having a great day so far. I was wondering if y'all think Gecko Moria's fruit would be used to resurrect Ace and be used to fight against Sabo and or Luffy. Just saw that theory on TikTok. What do y'all think? I've seen that theory before.
We mentioned this before.
Yeah.
So it would be a shock for sure, but Ace wouldn't have his original powers. You know?
Yeah.
Like he'd just be a zombie, and whoever shadow is in him would take on the shadow's personality. So it literally wouldn't be Ace either.
Yeah.
It'd be his body, but
It'd
that's
just be his lookalike.
It
but that's also if Blackbeard knows where the body's like buried, because Ace and Whitebeard are buried in the same place.
That's what I was gonna say.
So like,
So
Blackbeard could get that information.
So
he
to me,
could.
Because if he's taking Ace's body, he's definitely taking like
Whitebeard's
Whitebeard's.
body.
Yeah.
So he's gonna take both of them. But also, the thing is, it would be obviously not gonna be Blackbeard himself. It's gonna be one of the crew members that have that ability. So which one would actually do that?
Well, do y'all think that they're taking Moria's ability, or do you think that he wants Moria on the crew? Is the second part of that, I guess. Like, would it be them killing Moria and farming the fruit to someone else on the crew, or this is like a Moria thing that's happening?
I think because
I can't see Moria doing that,
On it?
honestly.
I know because mostly, for instance, how Blackbeard is. Blackbeard wants strong people on his crew. I'm pretty sure Blackbeard views Moria weak. Like the world government, even in the Marines, thought Moria was weak and kicked him out of the Shichibukai position. So if Blackbeard thinks Moria is weak, he's not gonna unless he wants to use him for a specific goal or purpose. Because that pink, what was that guy who was in the New World? I think it was like Pink something, the Revolutionaries.
Pinkbeard.
Yeah, Pinkbeard. He was weak and he was affiliated with the Blackbeard pirates, but Blackbeard didn't view him as a legit crew member. So if you're weak and Blackbeard has you, he has a specific purpose for you. Otherwise, he's not gonna have you in his crew at all.
Yeah, but I'm thinking to me, if he took Morio's ability away and gave it to someone else, that's kind of a waste of one of your crew members, and they could get a potential better ability. But if you could get Moria on your side without all that work, if you want it, I say do that. That's better because he has longer with that ability, so he knows the ins and outs it better. Instead of having someone have to grow with that ability and have someone else get an even better fruit. But in this situation, to get what you want for that aspect, if you could recruit Moria, I would. In Blackbeard's position, if that's his game plan. Then to take him out and then have someone learn that ability from scratch when, not saying like Ace's ability comes up again, but some another ability comes up, now like you only have so many people on your crew. And Moria is relatively strong. He's essentially Bukai, you know? So it's not like he's completely weak and trash. So
I mean, but I think but also Gagamora's ability was pretty beast though, because only two things. Like the
Why
fact
you
that
could do with that?
yeah, and the one thing that I always thought, like that you could take people's shadows and put it inside you and get their strength and speed and durability, like their capabilities. Just have somebody who's more stronger willed than Gecko Moria, keeping that inside and maintaining it. Now you have your strength and like, all right, like you didn't know anything about a sword, but you pick somebody's shadow who's a beast. Like again, this is exaggerating, but imagine taking Mihawk's shadow and putting it inside you.
yeah, but do you see why this dude, like his will was strong to take 1,000 shadows, right? But where's his hockey at? Because what is he relying on?
Yeah.
He's relying literally the physical strength of other people, not his own. So his hockey wasn't as strong. His will was strong to take 1,000 shadows, but again, that's a pre-time skip
But
feat
again,
to.
That's true, but that's that person. Like for instance, we have many people who got strong already. Like again, Sabo. Sabo's already hockey trained, strong martial artist. Then he gets a beast fruit that just amplified his own physical capabilities. Like these people that Blackbeard has in his crew, they're level 6 prisoners. They've been in the game, did their stuff, been corrupt people for years already.
Blackbeard crew underrated.
Yeah. So like they're pretty much this Shichibukai level already strong without abilities.
But what about awakened ability? Obviously, from what we've seen, you need time to awaken your ability.
Probably. Guys, we gotta move on though.
Yeah. I'm saying the less time you have it, the less like you're gonna awaken it. If you want awakened abilities, you need more time with it. Mario will be closer to awakening his ability than anyone else on Blackbeard's crew because all of them have like what, maybe a year? Less than that?
Couple months.
Yeah.
True.
Next one.
All right. I was gonna get your take too on it, on the theory. Or just all right. Thumbs down to the theory. No, I'm kidding. We got a $5 super chat from Jameer Sanders.
Thank you.
Thanks for donating again.
That's your second time.
It says, "Oh yeah, finna make Larry mad. Buggy best Yako. Hey, God Usopp coming next arc. Yes, sir. Larry gonna hate Elbaf. You gonna hate Elbaf, bro. It's gonna be so much Usopp going on.
What? Oh yeah.
It's his arc, man.
All right. We go with the
But
super
that's all the
chats?
soups. We can move on.
All right.
People
Let's go
just
to the
telling me
next one.
I'm coping hard on the carrot stuff.
So then we cut to the Kazuki remnants, and Sukiyaki has told Hiyori and Momonosuke that he is their grandfather. They all cry, and Sukiyaki says he's sorry. Momonosuke and Hiyori tell him not to apologize. They're just happy he's alive and they have family. Then Sukiyaki tells the Scabbards, and some knew already that he was alive, but Kin'emon didn't, so he's kinda shocked. Sukiyaki then tells the Scabbards that he wants to teach them things, and that all he's good for is to do just that. After he's done, he'd like to continue living in solitude. How did this sit well with you guys? And then we'll go with Lionel.
I mean, I did feel weird that they kind of just accepted him, like, oh, like they said that the fact that they have a relative still alive, because they thought they lost their father, lost their mother, and no relatives of the Suki clan is left, and they got some reassurance, but like, I mean, I feel like maybe, I didn't expect them to get mad or upset, because maybe they just understand what their grandfather went through. But I don't know, I felt it should have been maybe a little more attention, because you kind of left them alone, like, all these years by themselves. Like, you know, and again, they were hopeless, like, you know, and you could have helped them a lot, emotionally, physically. You could have been trained, like, you could have gotten and teach them, you could have been doing this. But you decided to, like, you know, to, like, be isolated, not take care, not take care of your family, but, like, at least be there. I don't know. Like, I had mixed feelings about that. I honestly love that the running guy with Kin'emon, about him, like, lacking observation or noticing things that, again, they view Kin'emon this. Yeah, Kin'emon's always lacking in this observation or awareness of certain things, while his Scabbards, who were, like, in a way under him, they notice it immediately. Like, and they give Kin'emon this hype when it's just like, Kin'emon's always the shock, like, I didn't know this. He's like the last one to know, and you're supposed to be their leader. So I think that's always hilarious that they have. And I'm actually kind of shocked that the Scabbards also knew, like, you know, that they just knew that he was alive. So I was just like, that's kind of like, they're pretty good. I mean, thinking of the Scabbards, like, sometimes I forget their skill level. Like, you know, like, they're really capable people in general, you know, and that's what Oden picked them. But, like, I look that they, besides Kin'emon, that they are, like, you know, they're Scabbards, and they're, like, the Shogun's Scabbards. Like, they're known for that, and we'd see it more and more, that how capable and how skilled they are, just as retainers.
Yeah. Law?
I think the only person for that line of what you said, the only one that should have their gripe, because Momo wasn't there, is Momo's sister. Because throughout the 20 years, because the thing is, he found out about Wano State after Oden died. That's when Momo and a lot of them left. So the one is like Hiyori is the one that's really there for those 20 years that probably could have used her grandfather's, thank you, pretty much grandfather's support, you know? Momo wasn't there throughout those 20 years, so he wouldn't really know. And to me, it's like, I think that he changed his mind, because I thought it was a bit of a punk movie, him not saying anything. Right, when he had a chance to, when he said earlier, he doesn't plan on telling Momo or Yuri anything. Like, I don't know what changed his mind, but this is like, all right. Because also, too, in a way, you kind of have to take responsibility for what happened. Yes, you're showing that you were weak. I don't know how you're weak. You're a shogun of Wano, the strong country, but you were weak. You got it taken over from you, like in relatively ease, and then you left your son, who you viewed as irresponsible, whatever, to handle all of your lacking. right? Because if he was just strong, say like if thank you. If Odin's father was as strong as Odin, right, or stronger because he's being the father, Wano's different, right? Because then you could have Odin's father, Odin, and Hiroguro fighting Kaido and all them, right? But we didn't have that because yes, he may have been a good governor, but strength-wise, you couldn't really protect Wano. Your son had the strength to protect Wano, but he wasn't a good governor, right? And you didn't really work with your son. You kind of just heard he was acting crazy, but you can try to correct your son. You just kind of left him do whatever. So now Wano's suffering, and then you're not going to take responsibility by not helping out your son. So I'm happy he changed his mind in this aspect. Like, I could give you advice, because that's what I said earlier. When he first said it, I don't plan on telling him one thing. I was like, no, that's not the way you should go. You got to help Momo lead. You're just kind of running away from your problems. So, and then to me, them accepting him back, that's how they should react, especially Hiyori, because like right now it's like they could feel alone. Yes, they have the Scabbers, but what family do they have? It's just them two. They lost their mother and their father. So now the Scabbers, just as their brothers or whatever, but they're not family. You know, this was like he knows Wano's history and he knows a lot. So it's like they can learn a lot from him. So I like that them, even if it's easily accepting him that he's alive, they're just happy that for example, how I'm taking it, they're just happy that Kaido, all this strategy, Kaido didn't kill off their entire family. You know, because like we had someone that survived through Kaido. So that's how I looked at it.
Seb?
I won't go into too much detail. I thought it was really cool. I did like Kinemon's reaction. That is funny to me. I think y'all being too harsh on Sukiyaki though, man. Like, the dude was locked away. It wasn't like, yo, I've just been around this whole time, chilling, watching my son get killed and all that. He was away. He was locked in a cage or whatever, in that room or whatever. By the time he got out, Odin was dead and the Scabbers had been teleported 20 years. So, like, what could he have done? You get what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing he really could have done.
That's not true.
My problem was he didn't partake in the war. That's my only real problem with him. He was out here holding little girls' hands and walking through fire festivals. Bro, go help. We fighting Kaido and Orochi. Go help, bro. That's my only gripe on him. And I guess he could have told Hiyori, but, like, has he ever met her? Like, you know what I mean? I don't think he's ever even met her.
Well,
He was locked. When Odin got back, he didn't know what happened to his dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, his dad was already locked up, and plays were being made already. You know what I mean? Like, his dad was already dead in his eyes. So, like, he never met his granddaughter. You know what I mean? Like, this was the first time he had met them, to my knowledge. I don't think he'd ever ran into her in the flower capital. He was living on the outskirts of the country. So I just think y'all being a little too harsh on Sukiyaki. That's my piece with that. I don't care too much about it. Larry, what you got?
I think it just falls in line with, like, I agree with Sebastian and I agree with Ya, but I just think that Oda needed to give us more time with him, like, to help us experience again. This is where the absence of the psychological effect of Sukiyaki comes in, where, like, you have that general aspect of him, but that's because you probably didn't live within those 20 years of like seeing him suffer. Like, imagine being trapped in that room and you're in there for like 2 weeks and you don't know anything that's going on, but you hear just like pure devastation of the land, you smell pollution, like, you just know. And then when you finally come out, he even said it, he wanted to kill himself once he was finally, like, forgotten and he escaped. And it's like, he didn't feel like he deserved to be the protector of Wano anymore. He didn't feel like he deserved to even go to Hiyori or Momonosuke whenever he came back and, you know, show them that he was still alive. Because as far as they knew, he was dead, but he also felt dead inside. Because everything he was ruling and loved died. He saw once a beautiful land torn to shreds because of his downfall and his mistakes. And not only that, he's dealing with the suffering of his son got killed, tormented, like he was boiled alive. So it's like, not only can I not stop Kaido, who's extremely stronger than myself, but any of the help that I was gonna garner, even if I did decide to fight back, they're dead too. So the Shimotsukis we saw got turned into numbers. We saw, like, Odin wasn't alive. Ashiro Doji was not even, they didn't know if Denjiro was alive. They didn't know anybody was alive. He was just like, yo, the only person I know that's still alive is Hyoguro. And he's captured. He's in jail. So it's like, what do I do? Well, I go to the outskirts of the island and literally just live out my life in solitude and hopefully nobody sees me.
Toki's prophecy comes true.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's like, when you think
he
about
didn't
it,
even hear about the prophecy.
Yeah. So
until later. So
when you think about it from that aspect, again, it comes down to Oda's writing. If Oda gave us that feeling, that understanding, that time to just sit with Sukiyaki, I think that the choices that he made would overall sit better with us. And again, that's where like Wano falls short. Is that those powerful moments never happened. Instead, we got other powerful moments. So that's just my take. Did we get any super chats?
No super chats.
You sure? I know we did.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we got a $5 super chat from Taylor Monahan. It says, first time live listener, keep up the good work. Quick question. Do you think we will see the 5 elders fight or just continue to sit in the background?
Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
I think we've talked about this in the past. I think they're going to be combatants. They got scars. They got weapons on them. And it's just better for One Piece to me if they're heavy hitters at some, like maybe mythical Zohan users. Maybe I'm expecting too much from them. But with the newer reveals of like more fighters or more people in the Marines and the world government in general with the God's Knights or the Knights of God or whatever, and the Kurazuma, like the Black Horse guy, I just feel like we're getting more intel on how the Marines operate inside. You know what I mean? So I think they're going to be combatants personally.
They better
I don't
be.
know about y'all.
I mean, even if they are, to me, they're probably like under first commander level, in my opinion. Unless they have some of the most broken devil fruits of all time, and that would have to be more broken than Yami and the mythical Nika.
More broken?
Yeah.
If they were stronger than Ambrose, how would y'all feel about that?
That's OD.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Yeah.
You can't have 7 admiral level people on one side of the
There's
table,
5.
bro.
Again, if that was true,
There's 5 of them plus the 3 admirals plus the fleet admiral plus potentially Eam. Now you got 10 plus admiral level combatants to deal with.
I don't believe that's too much. But also, if you want to keep the world underneath your thumb, you need to be strong.
Lawrence. So if they had 7 admirals set to go, why not just go to a Yonko's territory and take it over? You want to have the world under your thumb, why not just do it? But they never decided to do that.
For some reason, the Gorosei are not fighting at all, though. That
leads to potentially them not being fighters.
No, it could be that they're waiting for something. Because right now, their only act is if Ing is in the order.
So what's greater than more control?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Maybe they're waiting out to find out who Joy Boy was.
Even if so, I could just get rid of that by owning all the land, all the territory.
I have some slight pushback. I don't know if this is what you were going to say, Lionel, but like, if you go out and try to fight a Yonko and stuff in the way that you're saying, Larry, and you take on these like missions or have this expedition, another Yonko can swoop in, and now you're fighting 2 Yonkos.
Oh, my bad. So.
And then another Yonko can swoop in, and now you're fighting 3 Yonkos.
But this again, this helps my argument. Why? Because what happened when Whitebeard showed up? They needed 3 admirals, plus Sengoku, plus Garp. So it's like, if I have admirals who could take on Yonko, why not just send 3 admirals and I have 4 other Yonkos just stay put?
I was mostly thinking of, like, in a way, who's giving the orders. Because, like, ever since we found out, like, the one who sits on the throne is pretty much is in the command, that gives us that the Gorosei are not as free movement as we thought they were. Like, you know how, for instance, vice admirals they can move, but admirals, they can't. Even though they have a high position, they're limited because they have to protect the Celestial Dragons, and they have direct, they're under direction of the Celestial Dragons. So you actually have more freedom when you're a vice admiral than an admiral. We don't know since we're finding out more information about the Marines, we don't know that the higher you up, the higher you go, the more restrictive you are in your movements because you're under direct line of these people.
Plus, maybe they just don't want to fight, bro. I'm like a god in this world. I'm supposed to just fight some pirate because
honestly,
like,
we know they're
we
probably
good here, bro.
Honestly, they could be the protectors of Insama. Honestly, that's probably one. So they're like 5 of them are probably the bodyguards of him, for what we know.
Yeah.
It's a good question though. We got another super chat before we move on. Going real quick from Tokyo.
Thank you, Tokyo.
4.5 pounds, euros? I really don't know. Do you guys think Pluton could be only accessible by fated child of Buggy the Gang?
Wait, what?
Buggy's not a D. First of all,
Stop.
Oh man, I think anybody can get the Pluton as long as you open up Wano's borders. So
Yeah, because the way they're talking about it is just like once it's open, anyone could use it. It's not.
And just to make sure Larry doesn't get too mad, because we're coming up on some stuff here. Pluton is a ship. All right, it's a ship, y'all.
Indeed, it is. So we're all done with the super chats. We're halfway through the show. We're gonna do our sponsor right now, guys. So Marv, can you hit that button, please? This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Have you been struggling lately? Maybe you're having trouble sleeping, difficulty with a relationship, or just struggling from low self-esteem. Listen, I've been there. We've been there. If so, then today's BetterHelp wants to help you. BetterHelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. Talk to your therapist in a private, online environment at your own convenience. There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire, simple as that, to help assess your specific needs. And then you get matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Then you schedule a secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you can exchange unlimited messages and everything you share is completely confidential. I happened to sign up at one point regarding my confidence issues. Next thing you know, my confidence issues are not issues anymore. I'm doing pretty well in that area. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime. Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. Special offer goes out to all that One Piece Talk listeners. You get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/TOPT. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TOPT. Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode.
I like chocolates with there's a little bit crunchy sometimes.
Are you good, bro?
All right. Anyway, we just got a super chat. Let's read that.
We got a super chat from Solo Jason. It
Hey,
says,
thank you, Jason. Again, that's the second
that's
time.
the second time. It says Larry was so mad when he saw who was working under Buggy.
They can tell already.
Nah, he
They
live
can-
streamed. I was gonna Larry
yeah.
live streamed his reaction to the chapter, and his reaction to that was gold. I loved it so much. It was so amazing.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of with Larry on that. I was like,
Let's read that one too.
Yeah, we got a $2 super chat from Bonnie. Possible
Bonnie.
blue flame awakening from Sabo or Sanji. Sanji already got blue flames, so he chilling.
I hope so.
Sabo,
That would be dope.
I honestly, blue flame would be cool. I think it's anime, so like black flames is always gonna be my go-to.
I mean,
Like-
you might watch the anime one day and see it.
But like,
It's not happening
black
in the
flame.
manga.
Because I think that blue flame is supposed to be. Because we already saw it when Ace had it. He's
Ace
able to
had
change.
green.
No, I think because like you could change the color of flames depending on the different like chemicals you put in it.
Mm-hmm.
Blue flame being the purest and the hottest. So hopefully, because rising temperature, be able to do it. That would be dope. That would be maybe I'm not gonna say awakening. You know, that would be pretty cool.
I don't expect Sabo to have any other color flames. He only had the fruit for like 2 years compared to Ace.
That's why I say black flame, because that is hockey related.
That's
You
what,
know what I mean?
but Sanji turned his flames blue and it was hockey related. It wasn't hockey black, but it was hockey related. And his
Man,
turned
I don't
blue.
know what's going on with that boy. I just know his leg is blue now.
Because he fused hockey with it like more intensely. But they also talk about his exoskeleton too. So I don't understand the combination. It was like all three or whatever.
It's an amalgamation of things that let Sanji kick harder, bro.
You gotta
Yeah,
see
that's
Sanji really fight someone that could fight like him like the way he can. Cause you see like Zolo and Luffy are fighting people who are with swordsmen or like able to scrap. Sanji's not really fighting
dude
someone.
kicking somebody out here, or just
Something, you know, that could really like.
Yo, Gen come back, bro.
Yo,
Gin mess around and beat
that
him,
he
yo.
has.
Sanji ain't beat Gin, bro.
Yeah, he has Sanji's number.
Can't lose twice.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the next question. No more super chats, right?
No more supers.
All right, so then we go back to the Straw Hats where Robin tells the crew that Pluton is in Wano. Frankie gasps and says he can't believe that thing actually exists. Luffy says, "Is that the one Frankie burned the blueprints for?" Robin says, "Yeah," and asks him if he wants it. Luffy says, "Nah, I'm good." Then we see Tama and Shinobu in her prime walk in. Sanji gets perverted. Then Tama asks Luffy if she gets good enough at being a kunoichi, can she join the crew? And Luffy says yes, only if you get good enough. Then we see Caribou, since the time Luffy got meat from him, and he mentions that he can't believe he's now heard of a second ancient weapon. He says he has to let a certain person know. What did you think of this, and who do you think this certain person is? And we'll start with Seb.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was cool. It was all in character. Luffy not caring about the Pluton. I like that they brought Frankie into it because of the whole Water 7 and Enies Lobby. You know, that was a huge thing for him. And he's a shipwright. And as I said already, Pluton's a ship. But in general, I thought it was cool. Shinobu popping up was funny.
Thank you.
Celestial Dragon.
wow.
What the
What did he just do?
Wow.
We'll get to it in a second.
But essentially, I love the callback to Ace with Tama and letting her join the crew as long as you become like a kunoichi. I thought that was cool. Anytime Nami is interacting with like kids is dope to me. And the Caribou thing, I actually hated it. I'm gonna be honest with you. As much as I liked it,
what was I calling him? Caribou?
I don't know how to say it. It's probably Caribou. I don't know.
All right, my bad.
But Caribou, whatever, I don't know how to say his name. He's irrelevant.
I think it's Caribou.
But either way, I like the development that this is twice now with the ancient weapon stuff. But yo, just say who we talking about, bro. Like the first time, cool. You can't be certain someone. Who you talking to, bro? You're talking to yourself.
But he didn't mention. No, I went back. He didn't mention a certain someone.
He's talking to himself. Bro.
I get you.
Who are you talking to?
I get you. It doesn't make sense.
I can't stand that,
bro. But he didn't.
This
is the first time.
Stupid.
No, this is the first time he brung that up. Because I went back in Shirahoshi one. He talking about pretty much grabbing Shirahoshi, but I have my brother. He's at the port, and like he never mentioned anybody until now.
He said something like this before. I don't know whether it was then or if it was another time. He mentioned talking about a certain somebody at some point. I know this. I'll find the chapter.
But it wasn't during Shirahoshi.
But come on, you're inner dialogue.
Yeah, either
bro.
way, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, I'm gonna talk to certain.
I'm gonna talk to somebody.
Like, no, you say who it is in your head. You say who it is.
Come on, bro.
It's suspense, bro.
Whatever.
Who you talking to?
So I was like, yo, again, bro. But as far as who I think it is, I hope it's Buggy. I mean, yeah, I think that would be cool. You know me, my Buggy theory with all the gag villains, so I hope it's Buggy.
All right. We'll go with Lionel.
I thought it was funny that Shinobu got back to her beautiful looks, but also she got taller again. So I'm just like, I don't understand the
Oda be tripping. I can't
seriously, I can't with Oda, yo. I can't. But the Caribou thing, I was trying to think of people who wanted ancient weapons. Like, I started thinking of Crocodile again. Like, if he's still after it.
Yeah.
Because like that was his whole goal in the beginning. Some people probably thought Blackbeard too, but I don't know if Blackbeard is interested or even care. But like we know Blackbeard, if he had a chance to get weapons, he would do it. Especially a big giant ancient weapon, I could see it. But I also know that Caribou, that's what he does. He kidnaps mermaids and he sells them. Like that's his whole thing.
Damn, bro.
And he makes. I mean, it's
I don't know if that's
terrible.
his whole thing.
No, he does. Like he mentioned before.
He did once.
No, he mentioned that he said that at one point that he was getting like it's. Not getting tiresome, but like, the amount of money or stuff that he was getting was compared. It's not compared to Shirahoshi, because Shirahoshi's the one a mermaid. She's a mermaid princess, and she's Poseidon. Like how much money you're gonna get from her is like ridiculous. So like that's one of the reasons why he tried to steal Shirahoshi, kidnap her pretty much. So I'm trying to think of other people that he might try to give it. Also, I thought of it could be like he's trying to be like Doflamingo and be a broker and give it to the world government. Like maybe somebody Pacific in the world government Marines. Yeah. Like, so like it could be anybody, but like you said, who is it at this point? So but I was just thinking of candidates. Crocodile, Blackbeard maybe. Yeah. I don't think it's Dragon and Revolutionaries. I don't think that'd be crazy if it was. Mm-hmm. And maybe somebody from the world government or Marines.
All right. Law.
I don't know how y'all felt about Luffy saying, "Nah, I'm good."
That's what he is.
No,
bro.
I'm not saying
caring.
this, but like because like none of y'all mentioned on it, so I'm like in my head because like yes, that's no. We all expected it. That's Luffy,
But the thing is, anonymous thing is like, what does that play into Crazy? They keep bringing around what the poneglyphs, One Piece, but also they keep tying it to Joy Boy and One Piece, the Laugh Tale, right? So we already see that Joy Boy ties with Poseidon, and it's called like the Luffy Joy Boy's named like Nika, the sun god, Poseidon, the god, Pluton, god, right? So how does it play into like Luffy and Laugh Tale? Because they're kind of introducing it like it's a important part of it. Yet Luffy's saying he doesn't need it, you know, or he doesn't want it. Thank you. So it's just interesting that Luffy's like, nah, I'm good. But this has to me, it's like, is it really that Pluton doesn't really play a role at all to Luffy's role?
It'll play a role. Luffy just doesn't have to care about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like stuff, like even the poneglyphs, it's gonna allow Luffy to reach Raftel. He didn't want them. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't actively like, he wasn't excited to hear about them. Mm-hmm. He was like, whatever, like cool, that's dope. This will let me do that.
Whatever.
Yeah, I hate you. I can't laugh too hard, bro. Alright, listen. I gotta send y'all a video. Put it that way. But in general, it's in Luffy's character.
Yeah.
And I did want to point out that on Larry's live stream, people were guessing crocodile in this moment, and Larry was like, crocodile not relevant no more to the scene. It was so funny.
And the Caribou thing, to me, it's gonna be a broker in the underworld. Probably someone we have. I'm not saying someone we haven't seen yet, but we could. I just thought by now we could have went back to the silhouettes of all the people we saw, and it could have been one of them. You know, of all the people in the underworld. So, because I'm thinking who he's affiliated with that he worked for, but we didn't get enough of Caribou to know who he's affiliated with. Most things it's probably Blackbeard, but because he's evil, maybe. But when did they link up? What would that be a thing? You know, to me that makes more sense. It would probably be Blackbeard because it wouldn't be Shanks. He has his own. Like they already know of it. The one who probably doesn't have any of this is Blackbeard. To me, he's probably the number one. Because like he's evil. Blackbeard's evil. Caribou's evil. But I also saw Caribou help out Luffy for like no reason at all. So that also makes me think maybe not Blackbeard. Because why would Caribou help out Luffy like against Kaido? There's no reason for him to do so.
Yeah.
Why?
There was. So he could. It's Kaido.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm trying to survive.
Yeah.
Escape.
Man, Kaido barely knew he was even there. I forgot he was
Kaido
there.
would turn him into a slave.
Kaido's never met Caribou.
Yeah.
He's also never met Sanji. I just had to get that in there.
But I'm saying, if Kaido saw Caribou, he would have turned him into a slave.
He wouldn't pay him no mind. I'm going to tell you that right now. I bet you Kaido had no idea he was locked up in his prison.
Yeah.
Bro, he don't know that.
But yeah, Larry?
You're good? Yeah. All right. I thought it was cool. I said this on stream. I love the fact that, like, since Pluton is undoubtedly a ship, in my opinion, the fact that Frankie further proves that by saying this thing really exists. Mm-hmm. He didn't say this person really exists. Just speaking on that is dope. I love the fact that Robin asked Luffy, like, if he wanted it, just to prove that Luffy really doesn't care about ancient weapons and stuff like that. It's not his goal. Mm-hmm. Like, even if his goal is to achieve his dream, it's easier by having an ancient weapon. The fact that he doesn't want it just means we go back to that archipelago moment where he yells at Usopp about knowing the truth of the world. Like, it just ruins the adventure for him. Mm-hmm. And I think that just staying true to Luffy's character is what mattered in that moment for me. Yeah. Shinobu coming back and she's just looking like A1. I mean, I'm like, okay, so how's Rizzo gonna look? You think he's gonna look like handsome, or is he gonna have like this huge face still?
I hope he looks like Sasuke, bro.
Yeah.
I give you that, but Rizzo always looked like that.
I don't see. The thing is, we don't know. I think like we saw him like when we saw him, but like
they
what
about
about
to
before?
Yo, they about to hook up,
in the
bro.
SBS leaks, I don't know if y'all know this, but Rizzo supposedly like seduced Fukurokuju's like sister. And like he fled from her because he was scared, and she ended up dying, bro. And on her deathbed, she screamed Rizzo's name, and Fukurokuju took it to mean like, "Yo,
thank you."
He killed my sister, and they had beef since then. I was like,
Fukurokuju is the guy with the long earlobes and a long head.
That's who was fighting.
Yeah.
That makes it funny.
Yeah,
you killed my sister.
And then at the end, I think what really made this really good was the fact that Tama asked Luffy if she was good enough at being Konoichi, if she could join. And then Luffy goes, yeah, if you get good enough. That references back to Tama asking Ace about joining, but Ace ended up dying, so she never could join his crew. So I'm like, I can see after Luffy finds the One Piece, his crew will get bigger. And I think that she's going to join for sure. I think she's next Nakama. 1000%. And then the Caribou instance, I just gotta say, it's Buggy. Gotta be Buggy.
Look at Larry.
It gotta be Buggy at this point, man. It gotta
go.
There's nobody else, because when I look at Caribou or whatever his name is, he's a pirate. Like, at the end of the day, and he's gonna do what other pirates do. The only person I do not think is in cahoots with like Buggy and him is probably Apu, and he's also another pirate, but he's like a different type of pirate.
He's a very Buggy kind of dude. Buggy likes to party. I can see Apu being a part of that.
I just feel like Caribou's more around Buggy's actual level of pirate, you know?
Okay.
Like the way they are personality-wise. All right.
Dang.
So let's go back to our super chats.
You see that?
No, what happened?
It says Parvision and their viewers just joined to say hello.
Hey, it's a raid! It's a raid. Thank you, Par. So I knew Par. I told you Par was live.
Yeah.
Going live on a Monday? That's how you feel?
I hope you had a good live, Par.
Yeah,
So
man.
let's read some of these super chats. Seb.
Yeah, we got a $50 super chat from Celestial Donkey. Thank you so much.
Celestial Donkey, thank you for the $50. Very appreciated, and holy F.
Crazy. Wow, thank you.
Celestial said, Buggy last boss, Luffy versus Buggy, and Zoro versus Mihawk at last. Oh, man.
Take the 50 back. Take the 50 back, bro. Take it all back.
Too funny,
And
man.
Sanji fights Crocodile. All right.
Yo, they got beef. Somebody, I don't remember who pointed. I think Javerse pointed out on Discord. Yo, Luffy and Buggy beef, Zoro and Mihawk promise rivalry, Mr. Prince Crocodile. There's something there.
Sanji deserves better than that.
Something.
Luffy sloppy seconds? Nah, man.
What you mean, bro?
He already took that
super
out.
chat.
What you mean? But thank you so much, Celestial.
Yeah, thank you a lot.
Thank you.
We got another super chat from Solo Jason. He catching up to Celestial himself. $5 super chat. It says, just imagine that Buggy crew end up being the final fight and they stole Pluton.
I'm saying
Buggy is capable
Shane's
of all
gonna
things.
gun on Mihawk if you see him running with his
Listen,
Buggy.
we're gonna get to that part. But everybody that came from Par's channel, thank you for coming. Also, shout out to Par, and also shout out to you for enjoying our man Par, because he's just great overall. So thank you for following him.
Thank you.
And then we got a member. Who's the member?
Jordan Rock. I can never say this man's last name.
All right, Jordan, thank you so much for becoming a member as well. We hope you use the emojis to your fullest extent.
It says, imagine it being Morgan's that he's getting the info to. It's an interesting thought process, and it's funny because somebody said Morgan in this chat, right?
Yeah.
And they thought they were talking about Axe Hand Morgan. It was the funniest thing. I was trying so hard not to crack up just reading it. But if it was Morgan, then I think the Shirahoshi being a ancient weapon would have gotten out already.
Exactly.
Right?
So
unless Caribou just hasn't had time to tell him.
that's what I said on my chapter reaction, where I said that we seen Morgan not have patience or self-control in order to release new information regarding just big news.
Yeah.
Like, if he feels like there's some big news to be had, he needs to let the world know. So if Poseidon was given as information to him, that's the hugest news that you could think of.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, all right, I got to release this. So I think that Shirahoshi would have never even made it to the reverie. If that
Yeah,
happened.
she'd have been
Like,
wrapped up.
it would have been wrapped up already by then. So I don't think it's Morgan. 0%. It's Morgan.
I think there's a percentage.
That would
It
be
could
crazy.
It just
No.
means Caribou hasn't been able to get the information out.
Because
He got locked up by Jinbei almost.
yeah.
He stumbled into the thing where he had to fight for that country
So he's able to steal all this food, but not one Den Mushi?
that reaches Morgan's.
Yeah.
Hapu did it in like.
Wano was isolated. One that other country, sure. I can't
All
speak
right,
to
but
that.
I mean,
But
again, he's had time, enough time.
Yeah, imagine news coming out about Poseidon and Pluton, like
Just
Pluton's
news?
location, and then
Wano's getting
Poseidon.
attacked.
Well,
Yo, that
hey,
yeah,
y'all
so-
want Yamato to lead? No, I'm playing. Let me stop.
So Fishman Island would first get attacked, and then it would be it'd be Pluton after. Because Pluton's harder to get to than Poseidon is.
I was trying to think.
It might be
Which is
Pluton
crazy.
first.
Yeah, I was thinking you use that to take.
Because you can use Pluton to take other stuff.
Epic Beyond, thank you so much for becoming a member. We hope you use the emojis to your fullest ability.
But
And then
That's all we got.
yeah, so let's keep going, guys. So we have days later in the chapter, so a couple more days have gone by. I wonder how much time has truly passed since the Kaido and Big Mom altercation. We see that Momo is going through basically most of the castle looking for the Strawhats, but he can't find them. Then he runs into Kin'emon, and he's like, yo, Kin'emon, have you seen the Strawhats? And then Kin'emon's like, no, they actually left without saying goodbye. And then we see Law, Kid, and Luffy on the Tokage port. And they're basically going over, since they're leaving the same day, maybe they should leave different days so they don't leave the same day and have an advantage over one or the other. So they all decide, we have this log pose, where do you guys want to go? And Kid goes, I want to go east. Luffy goes, I want to go east. And then Law goes, I'm going northeast because you idiots picked the same one. So I'm going to go to the furthest island to get a head start on both of you. And then Luffy and Kid start yelling at Law. He's like, who are you calling stupid? And then Luffy goes, I lost at straws. I'm sorry, everyone. And then Usopp's like, yo, y'all need to stop joking around. Come help us board up. And then we see that Kid goes, listen, just because you're an emperor doesn't mean anything. The outside world has been a mess. And then we go, what does that mean? And then the next panel, we see Buggy. And Buggy happens to have recruited Crocodile and Dracul Mihawk. Basically, Luffy goes, what? It's Crocodile and Hawkeyes? And then they're like, yeah. And then Zoro's like, that's not possible. Why would Hawkeyes even be under Buggy? And then basically what Kid says is they created this guild, which is called a Cross Guild, and they got recruited, and now they're hunting Marines because Buggy has now put wanted posters or reward posters on Marines themselves.
The GOAT.
And then Luffy's like, you have no idea. This guy's an idiot. So my question to you guys is, what did you think about, the epic reveal? And also, what did you think about the reward system and just Buggy overall? And we'll start with Lionel.
I was thinking so much because we all know Buggy's previous business was delivery. Then we don't know what happened because the Marines came and attacked all the Shichibukai, and we don't know if Buggy's business got shut down or whatever. But I don't know. We hear there's new business. Anyway, as we all thought, most likely none of the Shichibukais got captured. So that's where probably, again, granted, Crocodile's not a Shichibukai anymore. We don't know what he was doing. But I also started thinking, do you think this could be Crocodile's business in a way at first? Because Buggy's business, because we don't know what Crocodile was doing.
You're saying is the
Bounties?
Cross Guild or the Bounties? Because the Cross Guild is a part of the bounty system.
Yeah.
Are you saying it's crocodiles?
You think it was mostly Crocodile's business at first?
No.
No, I think
Because again, Milk, we all know for a fact that wasn't his. We all know that's not his. Buggy's had the delivery. When did it change?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. The idea of putting bounties on Marines is not Buggy's.
It could be.
He would not have thought of that.
No, it could be. It
No,
totally
he
could
wouldn't
be.
have thought of that.
I
It's
kind of disagree.
Put it this way. He was mad about them giving up his status as a made man where he can't be attacked, and now they're attacking me. He's like, yo, F y'all. I'm putting cases on all you.
The only way I see
can totally see
the only way I see it
He's
do
very
it,
vengeful.
but it will be more.
When I'm doing y'all gonna be a pelican.
The only way I see it happening is that it went more of a Buggy route in happening. He's so upset.
Yeah.
He's saying, you know what? Putting bounty on me, now I'm being chased again. Man, if I could put a bounty on all of you, and then they gas it up. Buggy!
Exactly, bro.
That's a great. You're really gonna put a bounty on all of them? And he's just and then he gets wrapped into that, and he's like, they start taking it away from him.
Yeah, but you're saying exactly what would actually happen.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only way.
Lawrence is just saying it's not a genius thing. It just happened.
And we
because
had
Buggy was
just
mad.
added him being scared, I'm being chased now and happening. But now Buggy's you know what? I'm gonna put on all. I'm gonna put on you. You chase at me, you get it. It wasn't
I'm a boss. I did it. It's more like I'm a punk, and I'm wishing you guys had a better deal what I went through.
Hold on.
I can see
Lionel didn't finish. Lionel
I
finished.
can see that so honestly. But because that is odd. Like this is more odd than when Luffy went to Empo Down and got Crocodile Jim. Like this is the oddest trio. Like I would never expect them to come in, and especially Mihawk.
Yeah.
And Mihawk going along with this. Let's just. Because I honestly believe that I don't think they're under Buggy. Like, we all should come to terms, like, they're not under Buggy like that. I don't care if Buggy is titled as Emperor. Like, they can take out Buggy, hands down, no problem, if they really wanted to. So, obviously, they have a reason why Buggy's there.
Mihawk trying to take Buggy out.
That should stop. Stop. Hey, I can say the same thing about Doflamingo and Crocodile for, like, a second.
Listen, dog.
You want to sit in a corner for a second?
Seriously. But,
Listen, man, it's Buggy supremacy.
I'm mostly trying to question, like, where he's getting his money from to give, like, what is the reward? Because I'm thinking I know for a fact, because we know Buggy's goal was John's treasure. Like, he was even not trying to find One Piece, trying to get John's treasure.
He has a whole delivery system, bro.
You think he found it?
Yeah, he's getting paid.
But enough to, like, because we don't know the bounties on Marines,
Bro,
but, like.
he's getting paid.
True, but, like, it probably, like, man, he lost two of his main power money sources.
He's the UPS of the One Piece
I
world
get you,
right
but
now.
he meant, like, for instance, he lost the Giants. Like, the Giants were gone.
It don't matter.
He lost them, like, a month ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and even then, like, they've only not been delivering for him for, like, 2 weeks, because the referee was 2 weeks ago or so.
Yeah. So, you good?
Yeah, I'll let somebody go. I'll let somebody else go.
All right. Law?
Okay. First, I want to attack just in the beginning, Momo, right? And what I observe here, I'm gonna try to be quick with it because I want to get to the other parts, right? Is that Momo? This is what I was talking about earlier. He's observing the Wano Kingdom, observing the nation, and he's seeing what needs to be done. And this is what I keep saying is what I'm getting impressed with Momo because we see him later on when he's looking for the Strawhats, but he's looking to be trained to fight because he wants to take care of Wano, right? In a way, it's like I can see him. He's trying to be better than his father and his grandfather. Like I said earlier, his father's a good governor, but wasn't strong enough to protect it. His father was strong enough to protect it, but was a horrible gunner, wasn't even there. Momo's trying to be the mixture of both of that, right? And it's what I'm saying. What Momo's grandfather should have been. He should have been strong enough to protect Wano, right? And Momo's seeing that, so that's why he tried seeing one of the strongest swordsmen he knows, Zoro, for training, right? But they're not here. And that's thing's funny. I was not expecting the Luffy and the Straw Hats just to dip off without saying nothing to Momo, and it's just like everyone else. But yeah, now we out. Like that's like damn, okay, like pretty much. So the one who you guys started the journey with is the two people you guys didn't say later to. So I know Luffy doesn't say goodbye. He says see you later because he wants to see his friends again, right? But anyway, so then them.
Cute.
So pretty much. So now Luffy and Kid and Law arguing. You guys didn't get that they all said this at the same exact time, or you guys believe that Kid said it first, then Luffy, then Law?
I believe that Luffy and Kid said their thing at the exact same time.
Like Middle
Law
East.
Probably just said Northeast. Whenever he said it, I don't know.
Yeah. So pretty much, and then you got to, and then I already said about my piece before about them. I think it's mainly Buggy got top billing obviously because he's a Yonko. So no matter Shichibukai is not gonna get. And remember, there's. I mean, I can't say this is like you notice that because Crocodile wasn't Shinjibukai anymore. He lost that title, right? But like Buggy got top billing because he's a Yonko now. He was named Yonko, and now no matter what they do, since he's at a higher rank in a way of piracy, it looks like they're just following whatever Buggy's doing, right? Mihawk, there's no way he's gonna be underneath Buggy. Like his attitude, like if he's gonna be underneath a Yonko, we would thought it would be Shanks, right? But Buggy, so then also remember what a gold is. It wasn't like they joined his pirate crew. It's a gold. So a gold is not like
a guild.
A guild, yeah. A guild is not like a guild is not like, for example, where like Buggy's their boss and they follow orders from Buggy. That's not what a guild is. It's more like it's kind of like where you could get assignments from, or it's like people who have similar ideas or agendas. They kind of get together, kind of like not really alliance, but it's like a business alliance. You get together and run your operations through similar avenues, right? So that's what I think about that. And I already said before about how I think Buggy came up with came idea, and to me it's either that's how Buggy came up with it, or someone else came out and Buggy just took the credit for it, or just super like that's a good idea. I'm going to run with that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible with this because you know me. Buggy's my guy. I thought it was amazing. Even the Kid Law Luffy interaction stuff was great. The Momo stuff, I thought it was really cool. He named all of the Strawhats in the order that they joined. And I will give Yamato that nod because he said her name too last. So I thought that was cool. Even though, y'all know how I feel, but I thought it was cool. That whole little banter between Luffy, Law, and Kid was great. But that cross-guild page, bro. That cross-guild page is so great. Y'all don't understand. Buggy putting bounties on Marines. Like, who... I never even thought of that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, Buggy thought of that. He did it. He put bounties on them. Like,
you don't even know he fully did.
Bro, I don't care. He's not what happened. As far as Mihawk and Crocodile, I think Larry might have pointed out later when he was going to talk, because I think he pointed out on stream, Mihawk got that gash on him that I don't think was there before. I don't know what happened, bro, but he got something on him.
Get that from Zolo nonstop.
Crocodile looking dope as always. That's my guy.
Zolo took his eye. He took that.
I absolutely loved this section of the chapter. It is a little against my Buggy theory, but we'll see. We can still get that later. But this is a Yako crew, man. You need a Mihawk on your side. As far as how it happened, I don't think Mihawk or Crocodile or even below Buggy or anything like that. I think they just went into the cross guild offices. Like they went into the guild's offices to get a mission. Or it might even be Crocodile's guild and then Buggy was there and type stuff. And the media are saying Buggy this, Buggy that. Buggy has Mihawk underneath him now. Because Mihawk was just at the cross guild trying to get a mission because he needs some money because the Marines just came through to his crib and probably
or he's bored. Remember, he's bored.
Yeah. Like, there's 1,000 things that can happen with Mihawk. Obviously, he's not succumbing to Buggy. I just think it's funny. And
because also they'll be able to sense how weak he. Well, especially Mihawk. Maybe not Crocodile, but
Crocodile already knows how weak he is. He said it before.
Yeah.
But I love it, and even just the design of it, cross guild, man. Best thing to have. Putting bounties on Marines.
That is pretty gangster. I want to say that. That's
Buggy been in Yako for 6 seconds, and he already changing the world, bro. I love that dude.
That's pretty gangster.
This is what can happen when Buggy's a Yako. But go ahead, Larry.
He about to have.
Go ahead and hate.
He about to have a kind of.
Go ahead and hate, bro.
So, I like the Momonosuke referencing the Vivi when Straw Hats left Alabasta. It's the same exact thing that they did there to Vivi. Mm. So they did it to Momonosuke, which is dope. I really don't like how Luffy, Law, and Kid have this Whitebeard, Roger, and Odin type of comparison, and Kid is like the Whitebeard of this generation. It's truly sickening, bro. Like my stomach just,
wait,
like I just feel like throwing up.
Kid is the Whitebeard.
No, but who and Luffy?
Luffy's Roger, obviously,
and then Odin is Law. Mm. So. It's whatever. I mean, the fact that... So, I'll just move past that. So, the Buggy situation, I did live stream, and I was kind of upset. Because I was like, yo, how much can this get out of hand? Like, when is it going to start affecting the story negatively to the point where people are like, okay, so we were mistaken about being too hyped about Buggy, because now he's, like, ruining the story to a degree. And I think that happened. Right now... The reward system is what saved it for me, and Mihawk being under Buggy is what saved it for me. Because I can never picture Shanks being under Buggy in this situation, ever. So, Shanks over Mihawk. And I don't give a what anybody say. Y'all can come at me all day. Shanks would never be in that at all, bro. Shanks is never going to be in that situation. Yeah. But Mihawk would be. And the fact is, it's like, y'all gotta accept it, man. This best swordsman title is so flimsy, bro. It's the most transparent title in the whole game of One Piece. But anyway, I'll get past that. Yo. But I will say this. I love that the reward system got put in place onto Navy soldiers because it's like Kid said. Now the Navy got to watch their back from just regular civilians.
Right.
And bounty hunters, yeah.
I love this because what did we talk about that one time on our What Ifs? It was like, can we get like bounty hunters more included into the story, and if we had a bounty hunter that was Yonko level, then that would make the story a little bit more interesting and would diversify the power system between One Piece. And we always felt like Oda kind of put bounty hunters to the side and was like, yo, I just got to focus on Shichibukai, Navy, and Pirates. And then Revs don't even get shine. They're in the back. But we know they exist. And it's like, yo, where are these bounty hunters at?
Yeah.
We've only seen like 4. And one of the bounty hunters out of the 4 is actually a Straw Hat. And that's Zoro. So now that Buggy happens to be a Yonko, he's like a bounty hunter Yonko. But he just doesn't have the strength. Which kind of is like, damn, I wish he did. Because it would probably make the story 10 times better.
Yeah.
But question does bring up, who cut Mihawk, bro?
Yo, bro.
Yo,
I was like, who did that to you?
Because if we look at it, everybody be saying like, yo, Mihawk this, Mihawk that. Shanks got a scar, Mihawk don't. Hey, man, that's a scar that happened recently.
Yeah.
Who put that scar on that boy? I just hope it ain't Buggy, bro.
It could have been like when Mihawk actually got attacked by the Marines. It could have been one of the admirals.
It had to be an admiral. It would have to be. It would
bro.
have to be an admiral.
You know what I'm saying?
A vice. He better be fighting all 5.
All right.
Same time.
We got 10 minutes until we do phone calls. So
We got a couple super chats too. So.
Yeah. So do the super chats.
All right, I'll be trying to be quick with these guys. Sorry, but we got another $5 super chat from Solo Jason. Jason, what's up, man?
Jason, thank you so much.
It says, have y'all read the new info that we have about Shanks and his crew? After the movie, they upload some official info about the principal pirate crews.
So no. So for me, I'm not being spoiled on anything. Like until we get a confirmed date in America, and me, Par, Mosh, and Hidden Island set up this huge movie thing with everybody in the Discord and all of our subs to go watch it together. Done. We're whatever happened. I skip it on TikTok. I skip it on Twitter. I don't even look at it, so I'm good.
I unfortunately have been slightly spoiled and with the Shanks crew information. So if you want to talk to me about it, I will be discussing it on Discord.
Yeah,
Join the
Discord. Message each other directly.
Yeah.
If not, I'm banning both of you.
We have a spoiler section. Just don't go there.
No, I'm banning you.
What you mean?
I'm banning you.
Anyway, but thank you for the super chat. We got another $20 super chat from Celestial Donkey. It says,
Celestial Donkey. Thank you again.
oh man, it says Buggy actually 200 IQ. I've been acting the whole time. Listen, Buggy that boy, man. He makes One Piece better as long as I need y'all to understand that he does.
Yeah.
And then we got a $20 super chat from Strawhat Nelson.
Strawhat Nelson, thank you so much.
I will always be here for the Buggy hype. Me too. Me too.
So crazy.
Always, bro.
Most of our super chats are from Buggy.
Because he deserves it.
seriously.
He got his own money, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Thank you so much.
We got another $5 super chat from Buggy the Clown. It says, I said last week
God.
that Buggy mid-dips Mihawk and y'all said I was on something. Now I was laughing. Now Mihawk only first commander. Talk your stuff, bro. Talk your stuff, man. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of what y'all talking about.
So terrible.
It's a Buggy stream, bro.
Yeah, we gotta get through the rest of
We
the
got
chat.
one more super
If it's
chat.
just Buggy, just skip it.
We
bro.
got one more super
It
chat.
could be $1,000 super chat. Just skip it.
We got one more super chat from Solo Jason. It says, I've been blocking people because of that. Yeah, man. Do what you can to avoid spoilers. Seriously. Stay off the internet.
Yeah, I'll say this really quick. For all those big One Piece content creators, overall, putting like spoilers in their thumbnails before anybody even has a chance to visit TCB or watch the movie, like, yo, big F you, bro. Like, seriously. Because, like, if you're trying to garner viewership by having a shock value and trying to get the information out there first and spoiling it for everybody else, like, man, you're not a real content creator. Like, if your stuff is good enough, if you got good enough product, like, people are going to come and watch you. If not, if you got to rely on that, don't even make content, man. Straight up.
Larry with shots.
No, I'm serious, man. Whoever want to take offense, take offense. Because we're One Piece content creators. And, like, we don't rely on stuff like that. Like, have a better source of, like, entertainment. But, yeah. That's me flexing Conquerors hockey real quick. But let's go to the rest of it. So basically, we see Kid and Law interacting with each other. Law actually hands Killer the road poneglyph that he obtained when he went to go visit under the castle with Sukiyaki and Robin. Kid basically goes, yo, what is this for? And then Law's like, well, it wouldn't be very sporting of me to leave you out since you did, like, help out with the battle. Then we get to some more information where Killer goes, fwa. We're going to have to put all of our strength into this task if we want to take part in the all-out war over the One Piece. And then Kid goes, what you mean? Finding the man with the burn scar? That's not enough to go on. And then Luffy's like, what burn scar are you talking about? Law doesn't really say anything. He puts his head down. Robin's in question. And then we go and we see Kin'emon and Momonosuke. They're yelling at the top of their lungs, Yamato, is anybody here? And then they find out that Yamato's living on the rooftop currently. Just she's not living there, but she's like there, just about to leave. And then we see Yamato, and she goes, I'm going to live the Kazuki Odin way. I'm going to go find the Strawhats and crew. So what did you guys think? Really quick, we got 7 minutes. Law?
I thought it was dope for Law to share it with Kid. Yeah. It was like Admiral, like pretty much. I saw that Law kind of has like these standards that he goes by. And I'm not gonna say righteous standards or like good standards, but it's like even before, like I remember him saying he doesn't kill people, he's a doctor. So he remembered it goes like Law's upbringing started off well. Like he was raised with good morals and everything. So it's like he's carrying that over to like how his character, and normally he wanted to attack the world because his world got shattered by the Marines. So sharing that, like he didn't want to cheat Luffy or Kid in that. So I thought that was very respectful, even too when he involved Luffy with Doflamingo. Law goes, if Luffy were to die because I involved him, I would have to die as well. So showing here is showing like Law's character. Law's character in this thing is like he's staying true to that one. Different sides of Law that he's going to share with Kid, even though it would be in his best interest. Right? I'm pretty sure Kid wouldn't give Law the same.
Nope.
Like they say, he would find a way. Like nah, you. Even now he goes to Luffy. I'm not sure he's going to tell Luffy. He goes, haha, you don't know. Looks like I have the advantage. So if he keeps that to himself, it shows the difference in character, what we expect from Kid and what we see from Law. But I think it was dope for him sharing that because I kind of see Luffy doing the same thing, sharing it, but like, but Luffy wouldn't be the one to like have that knowledge. It would be like more of someone in his crew doing it, you know. And so also the man with the burn scar, that's interesting because it's tied to two things. The way Killer says it, he says an all-out war in One Piece, right, or for One Piece, and that's tied to the scar, like the man with the scar. So I'm like, how does that play out with the rope poneglyph? So it has to do with something like with Laugh Tale, you know? Because if Kid found it out through the poneglyph or rope poneglyph on Big Mom's crew, that ties into the man with the burnt scar. So it has to be someone from like the past or something, right? Or someone that knows where Laugh Tale is. That's what I'm thinking. It has to do with this war. So I picture maybe when they all find One Piece, there's going to be an all-out war for everyone fighting for it, and it has to do with this man who's, I'm not going to say running it, but like who's, I don't know. It's interesting. So who am I guess who it is? I don't know. My first thought has to be someone. It could be Bullet or Bronze Kaban, but it's interesting. And just the last part with Yamato is saying that she's going to make her way to Luffy's crew. So we're going to see how that plays out because Oda's still trolling with us if she's going to fully join or not. But next chapter, we should get the confirmation of what's going to happen with Yamato.
All right. Lie.
I thought it was pretty dope with they revealed with Killer because we fought with Big Mom's crew and he said I took what I wanted, and he never clarified what it was. And they actually clarified right here that it was actually a poneglyph. And I started thinking like, all right, Kid has 2 now. Mm. And I'm trying to think, I think Law has 2 because I'm pretty sure he recorded one when they went to Zoe. Because Law doesn't know because he wasn't there when Luffy got the third one at Whole Cake.
He does know he has 3. Robin said it out loud.
Really?
Yeah. When they were down there, Law was with her.
Yeah, but the Law record it and get the...
Law doesn't have that, the Whole Cake Island one, no. But he knows Luffy has 3.
Okay. Because I like that, like, it kind of puts, like, all right, like, it kind of goes into what we see, like, Kid and Law, like, in a way, even or, like, close to each other because they fought Big Mom together. Well, Luffy's the one up towards them, but he fought, in a way, Kaido at the end by himself at the end. So Luffy's, like, always up one of them. Like, that's what I got. And I thought it was pretty dope there. The man with the burn scar, again, we have no idea. We may actually just got introduced to a whole new character. I don't think at all it's Sabo.
Yeah, same.
And then my question, if this is actually connected to the road poneglyph, the last one, because it was in Fishman Island and got moved, it might not even be Shanks anymore. Like, some people thought it was Shanks, but if this burn guy is connected to the road poneglyph, Shanks doesn't even have it either. So, like, it might be a new character, or it might be someone in the past, so that's pretty interesting. I don't think it's Bullet. It could be, because, like, if you look at the Bullet movie, there's some connections to how Bullet did it, because he did a big, giant tournament war, for One Piece, and like now you're bringing him in the show. So, but it'll be kind of weird though. Like how you mix that up. Like I fought you here and now.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't like if it was Bullet because he lost to Luffy already.
Yeah.
To me, it'd be better to be someone that we haven't seen before.
That's not canon.
Yeah.
I'll try to be as quick as possible with this. In general, try to tell your ass, Larry. Kid took that road poneglyph from Big Mom. I try to tell you, you ain't want to listen. All right?
Yeah.
Kid W's. All right? Anyway, just to move on from that, the burn scar, I actually do think it's Bullet for several reasons. Roger Pirate affiliation, has a burn mark, isn't canon yet, but like y'all were just talking about, what he was talking about in the movie or what the plot of the movie was, Bullet had the actual way to Raftel in the Eternal log post. So like, if Oda's thinking these things, like these are the same thought processes, and his ability is similar to kids too. So if he's having all these thought processes and creating a character, it's very possible that this is what he was thinking when he was going to add him into the story in general. But that's just how I look at it. I don't think it's Aokiji. Aokiji's way too famous a person for Kid to speak of him so vaguely. And I don't think it's Sabo because that just not context clues doesn't make sense. Yeah. But Gabon is another shout. I've been dying to see Gabon. As far as Yamato at the end of the chapter, no comment.
All right. So for me, the fact that Killer said, Kaido did have one of them. The same thing we took off Big Mom's general. Doesn't necessarily mean he defeated the Big Mom general. Now, you know who did defeat a Big Mom general when they fought? It was Yuruj. And then what happened to Snack after Yuruj beat him? He got demoted. And who did Snack most likely also fight? Kid and Killer, most likely, right? Mm-hmm. Did he get demoted?
You take one L, you don't get demoted.
Oh, did he get demoted?
You take one L, you don't get demoted.
No, I asked the question. Did he get demoted or not?
It's because he lost twice.
I asked the question. Did he get demoted or not?
He did not get demoted.
So he didn't get demoted.
Such a hater.
But when he fought Yuruj and got beat,
because it's his second loss.
What happened?
He lost twice.
I asked you a question. What happened?
He got demoted.
Okay, so that ends that debate.
What do you mean?
No, but you took it out. Now moving on.
Bro.
Right?
Such a hater.
With this horrible kid take,
Such
bro.
a hater,
out here
bro.
being weak and we celebrating.
Such a hater.
Then we go to the whole part of like Yamato. I'll just skip to that point. She joining. That's it. Stop hating.
She not.
Now, Marv, let's get to calls. Oh, also, Kevin Salinas. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Kevin Salinas' final super chat. It says, Ivankov had some info about Crocodile and Impel Down that he used to blackmail him with. You think Buggy learned about it and is using it? Also, very possible. Buggy is a grimy man.
Yeah.
So it's very possible. I like that. That's outside the box. We got another $5 super chat from Solo Jason. We'll wait on it till after this call.
You can do it. Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from that One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
It's Aaron Tate. What's going on, fellas?
Of course.
Hey, you got it first.
Yeah, I had to redeem myself after last week.
What's up, man?
Real quick, I think it's hilarious how Lawrence just comes up with his own names for these characters.
He said Bronze
like he
Gabon.
called Copper Gabon Bronze Gabon. Where did that come from?
I do what I want. No.
It's because Gold Rogers, Silver Israeli, Bronze. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay, cool. My question this week is, what plot thread that has been introduced in the story would you be most disappointed does not get sewn up before the end of the series?
The plot.
Oh man, that's a loaded question,
yeah,
bro.
That is.
What Crocodile's secret is? What? I'm so serious. If it's just water, like, come on, man. Like, I want to know. I've wanted to know since forever, and now Croc's back in this thing, bro. So, yeah. Also, who scarred Mihawk? That's like the biggest one for me right now.
God Valley. 1,000%. If we get nothing else about God Valley, I'm dropping One Piece.
You're a liar.
As a total.
You're a liar. But that's a good one.
One Piece would probably be over at that point.
It would have to, but I would be like, yo, never again.
No two-piece
We never had a whole talk show about it. Ever. Those episodes don't exist.
God Valley not that relevant.
Yo, it is.
No, it is.
Lawrence Lionel.
Thank you. I got two. But
just say one.
The abilities, the fruits.
Oh,
history
where
of
they
the
come
foods.
from?
Yeah,
Yeah,
where they come
yeah.
from, the history of that, like what's going on with them, how they're made.
I think that
all
would be explained by Vegapunk.
Yeah.
1000%. What about you, Lano?
It's simple. The void history.
That's how I was going to
And
the other one.
Yeah.
pretty much Joy Boy.
Yeah, I think we all name one of like, you need to solve this. If not, like,
Yeah.
I didn't.
yeah.
Yeah, you named two. That was like, okay.
What about you, Aaron?
I was gonna say God Valley too, only because I think giving us that would solve multiple plots at one time. So it'll give us the flashback we wanted about Kaido. It'll tell us more about, if that's where Roger found Shanks. It'll settle the debate about, what happened between Roger and Roxy Sebek. Like I think it'll solve multiple stories at once. So I think, and then just to be able to see so many powerhouse, like the people that we revere as the strongest in history, to be able to see all of them in one place at one time in one event. I think that Oda will be doing us a disservice by not giving us that, as fans. So that for me would be God Valley.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with that,
Right,
to be honest. I think it just solves so many mysteries, bro. It does so much for the story, too.
That's the movie. He should have came out instead of the Bullet movie, because he could use Bullet for now,
Bro,
and then use the God Valley movie for it.
One Piece for film red should never happen. They should have just did a Marine movie and just
Yeah.
called it quits,
Marine
bro.
movie would have been. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, so.
Yeah.
But
It's gonna be
I'd
dope.
rather
I think it's gonna be
have
dope.
gotten
The
the
Red movie, I think it's gonna be dope.
I guess. A lot of people gave it like a 4 out of 10 or something like
yeah,
that.
Hayden gave it a
damn.
4, bro.
Yeah.
He went to Japan instead of
Yeah.
Japan.
So, Aaron, thank you so much, Brody, for being first as always. I appreciate you. I feel like if we don't get a call from you, the show's not good. So thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. Y'all have a great night.
Yeah,
you
you
too,
too,
Aaron.
man.
Appreciate
Thank you. Hit that super chat real quick.
Yeah, we got another $5 super chat from Solo Jason. It says, I just joined the Discord. I have no idea how it works.
It is
You're
confusing.
just like these two.
Yeah, if you haven't joined our Discord yet, guys, please join our Discord. The link is in the description of the video.
Solo, what you do is you just create a
Hey,
crazy
what's going
take.
on? This is Larry from That One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Nerdtaku.
Hey, Nerdtaku, what's up, man?
What's up?
Hey, not much.
That's what's up, man. Yo, Nerdtaku's TikTok. He's been dropping some of his latest content. You guys should definitely check that out.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Bro.
Yo, so first thing I gotta say is I was so hyped for you guys as soon as I read the chapter because I saw all the bounties things and I was like, they've been asking for bounty hunters this whole time.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I was literally like that. And then I saw the end panel and I was like, Sebastian's gonna be mad as hell.
I'm chilling. I'm not stressed yet. I got a whole another week to prep for the tomatoes, but we'll see. We'll see.
You better start bracing yourself now. I'm telling you.
We should do like a pie
But
in the face.
I
Right?
have a question for you guys.
What's up?
So if you could either change or basically manipulate it so that one of the Strawhats got a different fruit other than the one that they have or not any at all, who would you change and what would you give them?
Oh, that's easy.
Is it limited to they have to have a fruit, or can it be one of the Straw Hats that don't have a fruit currently and just get a fruit?
It could be one of the ones that doesn't have a fruit either.
Okay.
Damn.
I got mine already.
I got
yours?
mine too.
Brooke.
What do you want?
Brooke, he could have something cooler.
He wouldn't be a Straw Hat.
Yeah. You don't.
He would.
Oh yeah, because he'd be dead.
What are you talking about?
He'd be dead, Lawrence. Yeah. Not if he had Marcos.
He still wouldn't be a Straw Hat, bro. What are we
Ooh.
talking about?
Regenerative
Whatever.
ability. Marco hasn't aged since when?
I mean, he's aged, bro.
Yeah,
Has
seriously.
he?
We saw Marco as a 15-year-old with the
Yeah.
Devil Fruit. He's older now.
Yeah, but all right, but that's like
17 or whatever he was.
he kind of looks. He looks a little.
looks
relatively
17?
No, he doesn't look 17.
Well, he's probably using his devil fruit terribly, right?
Yeah.
It's Marco.
He does have glasses. That's pretty low. Listen,
Who do you
we
got?
slandered Marco already. Usopp, sniper fruit. Yeah.
Sniper, cool.
It should
He's
be the
already
man up.
shooting
Sniper,
people.
He already
sniper
has
fruit.
a. He's
I
already
want him shooting people with a gun.
No, but that's not even a fruit. What
Yeah.
the fuck are you
I
talking
created
about?
one. What's the problem?
Did he say create a fruit and that was part of the
Did
question?
he say I couldn't?
All right, what are the abilities? I
That's
get the
true, I
snipe.
didn't.
That's what he's
That's
going down. What? How's that that power up? He's doing
I
that
had an inappropriate fruit. Y'all want me to say that? I can say that.
I don't know where you getting at.
Yeah,
but
seriously.
Keep it clean.
Whatever.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
So I would say Zoro should get Mr. One's fruit. I would like to see him have 3 swords still, but then turn his whole body into a sword. So he's like a crazy starfish sword where he's like going wild. That would be dope. And it would help Power Vision's Mihawk's a sword, holding
my
a
God.
sword, so it'd come to life.
All right, no, dang it. Someone should get Kumas.
All right, bro, you want
the Straw Hat.
Lionel?
I was
Chicken
thinking of,
Kumas.
it actually got brought up a while back, but I actually say Frankie either kids or bullets.
Frank, I would like.
He would be overpowered.
I think Frankie with Kid's ability is
Yeah.
way better. Yeah.
he would be hogs, bro.
Yeah.
All right, Nerdtaku, what's yours?
All right, so I actually went through and I decided to make a list of who I think should deserve what fruit on the whole crew.
Okay.
Go that extra
So
mile,
I
bro.
actually gave Luffy the Hito model Buddha. I gave him Sengoku's fruit because I think that would be really cool.
Okay.
Does Luffy get a fro?
I gave Zoro, actually, I gave him Robin's fruit because I think it would be really awesome to see like an 8 sword style or like, because then Ajura, like it really looks cool, but it would be really interesting to see him and like how he could probably like throw a sword like behind someone and then an arm pop up, grab it and cut them. Like, I just thought it would be interesting.
How's he carrying all these swords?
In his butt
I
crack.
mean, he's got the little blue band, green band around his waist. He got enough.
Okay. Next one.
I actually, I gave Sanji Marco's fruit because I think that he would be so much better with it. But I think that it would be so much cooler because I think a black phoenix would be a lot cooler than a blue one.
See, but Sanji already has all of Marco's abilities
Yeah,
except the
pretty
healing for other people. He can fly, he has blue flames, like he can do all. He kicks people. He's basically Marco already.
You can kind of
Sanji's
Yeah.
a little bit more useful.
He can't heal.
And
other
I think
people.
that he has the stamina to not just be a punk the whole time.
The thing is, I believe you can give all the Straw Hats abilities because they're way too reckless. They be in that water all the time. There's no one left to save them.
Hold on, we gotta get to the next one.
Leave Jim
Keep
in.
going.
But Nami, I gave her Big Mom's fruit. I just think it's really fitting.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then I gave Usopp actually Green Bull's fruit because I think it would be really cool if he could use all his green stars. And then also he could make a slingshot out of whatever comes out of the ground, and it would be kind of overpowered, but it would be really cool.
That would be a dope one too.
And then Robin, I actually gave her Doflamingo's string fruit because I think it would probably be the coolest, and it would be an easy way to get away from people since she had to do that her whole life.
Okay.
That's very
And you
similar
nailed
to
it
what
with
she
the magnet fruit. I gave that to Frankie instead of Kid. Brooke, I think it would actually be cool if he got the ice fruit, but you're right, he would have died if he never had the revive fruit. And then Jinbei, I actually gave him Senior Pink's fruit because I think Land Shark would be intense and he would be really strong.
That actually sounds.
And
really
then
good.
I think Yamato, I think that if she had Momo's fruit instead, it would have been really interesting to see 2 fighting dragons, one father, one son. But that's what I came up with.
I don't know why we added Yamato. She ain't a crew member yet. But whatever. Whatever.
Well, I'll be back.
Taku.
I'll be back in 2 weeks to ask you how you feel about it.
If she don't join Taku, I want something from you, man.
Okay.
And I said, I think I did agree to getting a pie in the face if she does join. I think I did
you?
agree to that.
Oh, we gotta record that. But Nerd, thank you
But-
so much, Brody. I appreciate you.
Nice take.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me on. And I appreciate it. I appreciate all the love, and I can't wait to go see Film Red. I'm gonna be there, no doubt. I'll be with you guys.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
dope. We're gonna give info on that. So just give it some time. But I'll
All
talk
right,
to you later,
sounds
Brody.
good. All right, man. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right,
All right,
bye-bye.
later.
Take care.
Have a good
All
one.
right. Bye.
Yo, I love that Mushi call.
Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from that One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
What's up? I'm Jason. Fellow Jason.
Hey, Jason,
Jason.
bro, keep your money in your pocket. Right? Thank you so much for all the the super chats.
Thank you.
Yeah, like, I'm actually really enjoying the chat right now.
Okay,
Yeah, but I have a theory and a question.
okay, tell me.
The question is, which Strawhat will get like next Conquer Haki except for Jinbei and Sanji? Which one do you think is gonna get it? And which one do you think is gonna be Marco Awakening?
What do you think Marco's Awakening is? Is that what the question is?
Yeah, Marco Awakening.
I don't know what other Straw Hat would get.
Usopp.
No.
Usopp.
That would not happen.
Usopp, 100%.
I hate it, but I kind of agree with Sebastian because they kind of hinted it already in Dressrosa.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Oh my god, bro.
Remember Usopp with Sugar?
That was observation hockey,
Usopp.
bro.
That's still hockey.
Usopp.
No,
That-
he
is
said
that Conquerors?
Conquerors hockey.
Oh, he said Conquerors?
Yeah.
Oh, no, nobody. I'm sorry.
Usopp. I'm willing to stand on that.
I would say nobody.
Yeah,
And then
nobody.
for Marco's Awakening,
He probably can revive from dying. Because that's what a Phoenix's whole thing is.
Himself
Yeah,
or
I
To,
think-
like, actually die and revive your... Like, to
himself or others though.
nah, I think it would just
If
be
he could
him.
do it others, then Ace would wipe your
Yeah,
be alive, bro.
seriously.
It has to be himself.
That means he didn't awaken it.
Nah.
I mean, sure. I mean, yeah. That'd be more tragic. I'm with that, actually. It's like, damn, if only I was stronger.
I actually think the same thing. Like he has to die before awakening his fruit, his devil fruit. So like I feel like that's interesting. If they following mythology, if they following that, actually.
Yeah, the Phoenix
If they-
mythology.
Yeah, if they following mythology, I think that's gonna be the only way he can awaken to each fruit.
I think
And yeah,
It's too strong to die.
I think that if Marco does Awakening, I think it would be really nice to see. It would give Marco a lot of hype if he fully succumbed to his zone. Like if he awakened and he was the first one post time skip to like he was gonna die against Blackbeard, so he just went all out, and then like he just fully became overcome
Like,
by
gave
the
in to
Phoenix
the beast,
itself,
yeah.
and then gave in, and then all of a sudden we have like this crazy tyrannical like Marco flying all over the place going ape, you know, like I think that would make Marco so much. I think it would be amazing to see. Like he's in that such of a desperation or depression because of everybody that's around him always dies,
Yeah, bro.
and he's like, yo, I got nothing left tying me down. Like F it, let me go all out. That would be crazy.
yeah, but with his awakening, I think he's gonna be more useful. Since with the blue flame, he cannot attack people.
Why do y'all swear Marco's not useful, bro?
Yo.
Imagine being able to fly and heal people and yourself.
It's
and
good
you're
to
not
see
useful.
that we're not the only
Oh
ones.
my god, bro. What more do I
Yeah,
have to
because
do?
Yeah, because with the red flame, he can attack, but with the blue one, he can only heal people.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, he hasn't taken his ability that far, and that's all he uses. That's what bothers others, too.
Yeah.
So it's just
Well,
like,
he only heals people. You know.
I hate y'all so much.
Anyway, I do want to
He's
say
like a ship doctor right now.
like Chopper's a better doctor than him, but he's like 10.
He's not a doctor. Whatever, I'm out.
Oh, he's not a doctor now? Okay.
He's not.
Marco's not a doctor?
guys, we
Alright.
gotta end it. But anyway, listen, thank you so much for joining us, man. This is our first time hearing you and you calling in, so I hope we hear from you again, and thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you too, like, but I only have a week on the channel actually. I'm just joined these for today.
Yeah.
I'm barely new.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Give
I'm
us
ba-
all
I'm
your
ba-
hot
I'm barely
takes,
new,
man.
so-
Give us all
I'm
your
more-
hot takes.
Yeah, I only like listening, so I'm not that one that always chatting to people. So yeah, I'm the gold subscriber right now.
Yeah, definitely. But thank you so much, man.
Yeah, it's
I
great
hope
to
you
have
enjoy the
you.
rest of your day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good day too.
All right, thank you.
Later.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
All right, so guys, that's it for calls. Our show is about to end. If you haven't joined our Discord yet, please join our Discord. If you haven't liked the video yet, please like the video. It helps us out a lot. And if you didn't get to ask us any of your questions through the phone call or you want to ask us something, write it in the comments of this video right now. That way we can respond to it through that way. But anyway, I just want to say thank you so much. Captain J subs, thank you. I know it's about Buggy. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the super chats. We appreciate it. And we just appreciate you guys coming here and also coming from Par's stream. Like I said, Par's amazing. And the fact that you love him, I guarantee you're going to love us. And, you know, overall, next week we got Mosh, DMC, and we got Parvision coming through.
Sir.
So it's supposed to be a huge episode. So, guys, it's going to be a 2-hour one. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you're here. Make sure you're early. And we're just going to have a lot of fun because we're just going off the rails. So thank you again so much. My name is Larry.
Lawrence.
Lionel.
Seb.
And this is That One Piece Talk. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Jana!